Uploading.
Yes! Yes! It's game time! Oh man, folks, I am a minute or two behind, so I apologize about that. I had some technical difficulties, but I am ready in time for kickoff, and I'm here. Man, I'm jacked up. This is a big game for both teams. For the Minnesota Vikings, this is really important because Detroit won earlier today. Detroit is 4-1. If Minnesota loses this game and goes 3 games down, that's a lot to come up with. Now, we're going to start. Minnesota gets the ball first. They're on the 25-yard line here. They're going left to right on your television screen. Kirk Cousins is under center. Motions fullback up to line up to the left side of formation as in a 12 tight end set. Play action pass. Cousins wants to go deep. Checks down to the tight end here. Breaks tackle at 35 to the 30. Fumbles the ball. Looks like it's Chiefs ball. Chiefs ball. Byron Cook ends up with it. It's going to be Chiefs ball. First play of the game is a turnover. Chiefs get the ball. Big play, Kansas City, and this was a really nice play action pass design, actually, by Minnesota here. And what it is that the tight end number 2, Oliver, just didn't hold on to the ball. So the Kansas City Chiefs strike first. They are in enemy territory here as we start here at 14:50 in the game. Vikings' first play is a turnover. So Chiefs are going to be in enemy territory, 45-yard line. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation. Sky Moore to the bottom of the screen. Motion. Travis Kelce is going to motion down to the bottom as well. 2 wide receivers to the top. Just a quick handoff to Pacheco right up the middle. Looks like a powers forward for a gain of 4. So One Pride, yeah. One Pride 40 says we just whooped some ass, and you did. And this is why this game is so important. Detroit at 4-1. If Minnesota loses this game and goes to 1-4, you play Detroit twice in the final 3 weeks of the season, but 3 games down already, and Detroit's not slowing down. Patrick Mahomes play action pass goes to Sky Moore on the bottom of the screen here. Sky Moore is going to power forward for a gain of 4 here. Basically what this was is that even though it's going to count as a pass, this is basically just a long run to Sky Moore, who was in the slot. A very nice play design by Andy Reid. Not designed for a big gain, but it's just designed for a short gain. It's going to be 3rd and 2 here as the Chiefs are in field goal range. Don't be surprised if Kansas City takes full advantage of this turnover to go for it on 4th down if they're not successful on 3rd and short here. Patrick Mahomes is in shotgun formation. Isaiah Pacheco is going to line up to his right here. Chiefs are going to line up in a 12 formation here. Pacheco's going to power forward, breaks the tackle, gets a 1st down, powers forward to the 32-yard line for a gain of 4 here. Nice run by Pacheco. And basically the Chiefs are coming out early on, and they're just dinking dunking here. And this is a nice matchup. By the way, if you're into sports betting, one thing is that this game opened up, the Chiefs were a 5.5-point favorite. This dropped to 3.5. There's a lot of action towards the Vikings. A lot of people think that the Vikings can at least cover and make this very close. Chiefs going 13 personnel, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. Mahomes in shotgun formation, takes the snap, fires out to Kelce, and he's going to be tackled quickly for a gain of 4 here. Very nice play by believe that's Bynum there, number 24 for the Vikings. So a really, really nice play here, because that could have gone for a much, much bigger gain here. But Travis Kelce, as soon as he caught the ball, he was tackled immediately. Nice play by the Vikings here. It's going to be second. Actually, they're going to give him credit of 4, so it's going to be 2nd and 6 here. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. He's got Kelsey's going to leave, replaced by Noah Gray here. Quick pass at Kadarius Toney, and he's going to power forward for a first down. He was stopped about 2 yards short, and just put his head down, and I got the first down. So the Chiefs are just dinking and dunking on this drive, but 2 first downs as they are approaching the red zone very quickly here, as the Chiefs are on the 21-yard line, so just technically outside the red zone here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Patrick Mahomes early on, 3 out of 3 for 15 yards. Chiefs are going back to 13 personnel with Pacheco in the backfield. Play action pass to Pacheco. Mahomes got time. He wants to take a shot in the end zone. 1-on-1 with Kelsey, and nice play again by Bynum. Really nice play. Really, really, really nice play by the safety here for the Vikings. This is just a really, really good play here. Cameron Bynum, the free safety. They got one thing about the Vikings. They got some players at safety. That's the second nice play by Bynum in this game. Last week against the Carolina Panthers, the Vikings, Harrison Smith had 3 sacks. The Vikings like the blitz. 2nd and 10 here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, rolls out to the top of the screen, fires across and hits Noah Gray. And it's going to depend on whether they're going to mark him just short of the 11, which would be for a first down. And so it's going to be a 3rd and a short 1 here for the Kansas City Chiefs when play resumes here. If the Chiefs don't get the first down, it'll be interesting to see if they go for it or not, because they do get the ball first in the second half, first play of the game. If you just tuned in, first play of the game, the Vikings turned the ball over. Kansas City Chiefs just moving the ball downfield. The Chiefs are actually going with extra offensive linemen here on this play. So 6 offensive linemen here. Patrick Mahomes is going to sprint out to the top of the screen as a wide receiver. Isaiah Pacheco takes the direct snap. Powers forward to the 5. Then he fumbles the ball. Okay, we're going to see what happens here, because what happened is Isaiah Pacheco was down around the 3, dove forward, and it looks like they're going to mark him down at the 1. But what happened is when he dove forward, he put the ball out, fumbled. Sky Moore recovered in the end zone, but we're going to look at the replay here. And Pacheco is down right before the goal line, and the ground cannot cause a fumble. So so it's either a touchdown or he's down at the 1, but it looks like he is about a clear half yard short. Very creative play call here. Is they just direct snap to Pacheco, and he just powered forward for a first down, 1st and goal on the 1 yard line. Pacheco right up the middle, powers forward, touchdown, Kansas City. Kansas City strikes first, but there is a flag on the play. Hold on, folks. This may be coming back. We're going to see what the flag is on. I didn't see it here. I just saw the flag marker on the screen here. The touchdown is good. It's offsides against Minnesota. Kansas City strikes first blood. 6-0 Kansas City. One Pride 40 is saying 3 straight dominant wins. Yes. And that's why this game is very important to Minnesota. That's why this game is so important to Minnesota. They don't want to get 3 games back, because, yeah, they do play Detroit twice in the final 3 weeks of the season. But, you know, 3 games is a lot to make up with 12 to go. It's a lot to make up. And the kick is up and the kick is good. Kansas City strikes first blood and scores 7-0. So with 10 minutes left in the first quarter, Kansas City 7, Vikings nothing. And this is a big game for Kansas City. Now, if Kansas City wins today and they advance to 4-1, the only other 4-1 team in the AFC is the Miami Dolphins. And Kansas City Chiefs will play the Miami Dolphins later on in the year. So you're looking at home field advantage for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, keep in mind the Kansas City Chiefs have had 5 consecutive AFC Conference Championship games at Arrowhead. They would love to keep that streak alive. A win here is important to keep that streak alive. With Minnesota, they were 13-14, won the North really easily, and a lot of people are saying this is going to be Detroit's year. I was not one of them. As One Pride will let you know. But Detroit's now at 4-1, and they are dominating the North. If Minnesota wants a chance to come back, it's not impossible. Let's be clear. It's not impossible, but to go from a three game deficit with the first 5 weeks of the season, it's going to be difficult. Difficult. I was having some technical difficulties, so bear with me. But I am going to pull up DraftKings. So if any one of you guys are doing sports betting out there, if you want me to use a different site, I have accounts with basically all of them. Just DraftKings is something that a lot of people have been using. So I'm going to use that to give you highlights of the other games here. Right now, Eagles and Rams looks very interesting, 7-up. Cincinnati's up to a 10-0 lead early on. Jets are up 3-0 at Mile High. And tonight we have a good one. Dallas travels to San Francisco. That's going to be a really, really good game. Next week might be a trap game go. I actually don't know off the top of my head who you guys play next week. So I should know this, One Pride, but I don't. But right now, all the games kind of are trap games until you play a major opponent. I mean, San Francisco's undefeated, Philly's undefeated, but keep in mind, Philly. I'm sorry, San Francisco plays Dallas, and Philly. I'm sorry, San Francisco plays Dallas. Keep in mind, Dallas could win that game, and then you're only down to one undefeated team. So feels like, it really does. It really feels like the Lions locked up the division. Keep in mind, so we're back to the game here. Kinsey's going to kick off here, and almost all the kickoffs by the Kinsey Chiefs this year have been touchbacks here. Butker, one of the strongest legs in the NFL. Chiefs have a very underrated but very good special teams unit. So Minnesota, after losing the ball in the first possession of the game, will come back on the field here. One thing about the Vikings, they can score quickly. They have one of the better, if not the best receiver in the National Football League. And for my money, Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the National Football League. So let's see what happens. Vikings line up, old school I formation. Kirk Cousins is under center here. Drops the snap, gets a handoff here to Madison. Actually, correction, that's not Madison. I actually thought Madison, or unless Madison went back to 2. So, okay, correction. Okay, so I should have known that before I started here. Madison went back to number 2, changed his number. Error on my part here. Back to pass, Cousins, shotgun formation. The ball is tipped, and it goes harmlessly incomplete here as the Chiefs bring a corner blitz. It's kind of funny because the one thing about the Minnesota Vikings, they are a team that likes to blitz. But I didn't see a lot of it. Of course, Patrick Mahomes very good against the blitz. The Chiefs brought a corner blitz here, and he almost got the Cousins, but just McDuffie almost McDuffie did hit Cousins, but almost got to him short. So it's going to be 3rd and 3, a big third down for the Minnesota Vikings here. It's at the 32-yard line here, going left, right on the screen. Shotgun formation, empty formation, shotgun. And it's going to be a quick completion to T.J. Hawkinson, former Detroit Lion, former first-round pick out of Iowa. Very nice pitch and catch there for a gain of 5. And nice job by Kirk Cousins here. Just empty formation, little quick pitch and catch here. The Chiefs are going with Drew Tranquill instead of Nick Bolton. It's going to be his 3rd consecutive game missed. Of course, Nick Bolton, while he didn't go to Pro Bowl, probably should have had 4th most tackles in the NFL last year. Little slip screen to Justin Jefferson, breaks a tackle, gets the outside, but tripped up quickly by Trent McDuffie after a gain of 5 here. So early on, good move by the Minnesota Vikings trying to get Justin Jefferson involved. First reception of the game. And It's going to be 2nd and 5 as we continue here. They're going to huddle up here. We're going to check out the formation here in just a second. It's going to be shotgun formation here. At Justin Jefferson to the bottom of the screen here, joined by KJ Osborne. Jordan Addison to the top. A little quick pass to Justin Jefferson for a first down. Nice job by Justin Jefferson. Just a simple slant route to the inside. He was on the outside, just 5 yards cut inside, and L'Jarius Sneed wasn't able to make the play here. It's going to be a Minnesota first down here in Chiefs territory. It's going to be on the 48-yard line. Shotgun formation here. Cousins 4 out of 5 for 35 yards here. It's going to be a little quick slip screen to KJ Osborne. The Chiefs everywhere. Joshua Williams, second-year player out of Fayetteville State. First one to get there before gang tackled at the 50-yard line. They're going to call it a loss of 1. It looked like originally it was back a little further than just 1, but a loss of 1 here on the play here. Nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs defense reading this very quickly. It's going to be 2nd, and they're going to call it 11. You could call it 12 very easily. It's going to be a handoff to Madison, goes around the left side here, and he's going to be he was stopped originally after what looked like a gain of 2, just powered forward for another couple yards. It looks like he's going to be at the 43-yard line. So a very nice gain. It looked like he was stopped originally after a gain of 3, powered forward for another 4 yards. It's going to be a short 3rd and 5 here. So, yeah, the one thing about this game is that Chiefs defense has looked really, really, really good. The over-under on this game was 53, and my bonus pick was the under. I think that under 53 is a good bet. 3rd and 5 here. Cousins in shotgun formation here. Back to pass. Quick snap and incomplete. There's trying to go to KJ Osborne. L'Jarius Sneed in perfect coverage here. Breaks up the pass. It's going to be 4th down for the Minnesota Vikings. And with the Vikings at midfield, it looks like they're going to go for it here. This is a very interesting play. Very interesting decision by Kevin O'Connell here. Just breaking out the stops early here, but you're kind of at no man's land. It's too far for a field goal. If you punt the ball, it's only additional 23 yards because it is 4th and 5 at the 43-yard line. The Vikings are going to go for it. Trips at the bottom of the screen. Hockenson to the top. Cousins in shotgun formation. He's going to take the quick snap here. Chiefs do bring pressure. It's going to be complete. It's going to be Jordan Addison, the rookie out of USC, for the first down, and the gamble pays off for the Vikings. Nice job. Jordan Addison, first-round pick out of USC, a player I absolutely love, and he's in a great spot. He just runs a simple slant and out, and then basically catches the ball, makes the first down. Very simple play call, very simple pitch and catch for the Vikings. Great job by the Vikings. So first down for the Minnesota Vikings here. 1st and 10, just under 6 in the game here. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Cousins under center, fakes the pass here, goes and hands off to Madison. Drew Tranquil stops him at the line of scrimmage, and we have a flag on the play here. We're going to see what's going on here. It's thrown into the defensive backfield, but being that was a play-action pass, I don't think it's a secondary penalty, and the Vikings look like they're walking back. This usually indicates holding. I am drinking an energy drink. I don't know why. I don't need it. And it's actually holding on Kansas City. I'm a little surprised about this. It's actually defensive holding. I usually don't see this on a run play, but that's what you have here. Kansas City Chiefs defensive holding. This is an automatic first down for the Minnesota Vikings. So great job by the Vikings here. First and 10 on the Chiefs 25-yard line. Cousins under center is going to play action pass, and he's going to be sacked by Leo Chenal. Second-year player out of Wisconsin. Leo Chenal this year, if you're not a Chiefs fan, he was drafted. He was used at linebacker. This offseason, the Chiefs are getting a little creative with him. They're playing him more as a defensive end, as the Chiefs have quietly shifted their defense from more of a 4-3 to a 3-4 type of defense. different pass rushers. And Leo Chenal does a little bit of everything, comes in almost untouched for the sack. Great job by Leo Chenal. Yeah, 2nd and 17 here, and Cousins going to be in shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers. Jefferson motions to the bottom of the screen here. A little quick slip screen here. Very nice play here as Madison's going to go ahead and power forward back to the 17-yard line. It's going to be about 3rd and about 6 here. Yeah, Chenal sack. It was a great job. Leo Chenal, I really like what they're doing with Leo Chenal. They don't really have a position for him. They just kind of use him. They'll use him in coverage. More of a rusher this year than he was in the past. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 at just inside the Chiefs 23 here. Chiefs are showing blitz, Cousins shotgun formation. Chiefs do bring the blitz here. It's going to be a quick release and incomplete as they are trying to hit Hawkinson. There wasn't really any that the Chiefs were bringing pressure. Cousins really didn't have time to make a nice throw here. This was a great job. The Chiefs brought a corner and an additional linebacker, and you had to get rid of it. Man, it was high and outside, but Hawkinson did get both hands on it. So, but it would have been a circus catch. So the Vikings are going to go for a 40-yard field goal here. The kick is up, and it is good. Chiefs 7, Vikings 3, 4:02 left in the first. Yeah, one pride. I keep on trying to stick up for the Patriots. I keep on trying to tell people that, the Patriots are going to get things turned around. The offense looks atrocious. My boy Bufa told me that he thinks that after this year, Belichick's going to be gone. And I think you have to start making that serious conversation, because if the defense, now keep in mind, defense has some injuries. All right. The defense has some injuries. And I get that, but the offense just looks horrible. And yeah, I get it. You lose Brady. Okay. Well, you got your quarterback in Mac Jones. Okay. You went ahead, you got your 1st round pick. You lose your coordinator, you go back, you tap into the Matt Patricia tree, and that didn't work. I know it's early, but I mean, who are you going to blame now? Is it Bill O'Brien's fault? Is it Mac Jones' fault? Or do you just look at Bill Belichick and say, hey, look, without Brady, you're not even a 500 coach. And that might be the direction that they go in. Exactly. When do you just say, hey, look, maybe the game's passed you by? And not all great coaches get to end their careers with a Super Bowl win or retire on top. Bill Walsh, of course, retired after a Super Bowl win. The Niners came back the next year and won a Super Bowl. It doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes you lose. There's lots of Hall of Fame players that ended their career with very bad games, and that's what you could be looking at. I'm going to head over to DraftKings for a score update. I got Eagles and Rams 7-up. This one looks like it's going to be a fun one in the desert. Cincinnati 10, Arizona 7. Denver strikes back as they take a 7-3 lead against the Jets at a formerly Mile High Stadium. I think they call it Invesco Field or something silly like that. Speaking of Chiefs and Broncos, they are going to play here on Thursday night. So make sure you come back here on Thursday night and join me, as I will be live hosting Chiefs Broncos on Thursday night. So we're back from commercial break here. It's 4:02. And there's a sign saying "Where's Taylor?" And the Swiftie jerseys are out. And I personally love the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce story, but I think I'm a lone minority. Back to the game here. The Vikings are going to kick off here, and the kick is up, and it's going to go out of the end zone here. Chiefs are going to get the ball at the 25-yard line. One pride, you're speaking facts, brother. There's no excuse for this. You can't blame the quarterback and the offensive coordinator. I mean, ultimately, you got to take a look at who's the main guy. You got to take some responsibility. And yeah, yeah, it is. It is. Because after a loss, I still get mad. First and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Here, we're going to have two wide receivers to the top of the screen. Or motion Kelsey to the top. There's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. Or I'm sorry, it's CEH. He's going to bounce to the left side or the bottom of the screen here. And he's only going to get two. So they're going to give Isaiah Pacheco a little break, put in CEH. Kind of ironic because CEH was a former first-round pick, now doing the backup duties, where Pacheco was a seventh-round pick last year, took the opening job about halfway through the season last year. And the offense is so much better when Pacheco is in there. But they're going to give him a break here. The Chiefs are going to go with two tight ends. They're in motion Kelsey to the top of the screen for trips. A little quick slip screen to Kelsey. He's going to break a tackle, dive forward to the 32-yard line. So it looks like it's going to be about 3 and a long 3 here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. And this is a really nice play call. All they did was a motion Kelsey, just tried to get Kelsey the ball quickly, tried to get him into the open field where he could just get a short gain. Well, 7, depending on mid-game, you can call it. They're going to call it 3rd and 2. I actually think they gave Kelsey about an extra yard. He got the Taylor yard, I guess we'll call it. It's going to be 3rd and actually about 3rd and a long 2, but they're going to call it 2 here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, a quick catch here. Nice play here. Kadarius Toney makes the catch, does a spin move to the bottom of the screen here, goes forward to the 45-yard line. So we have a Kansas City Chiefs first down at their own 45-yard line. Kadarius Toney, 2 catches, 16 yards. So early on, what looks like the Chiefs are doing is that Minnesota's defense, which blitzed quite a bit the last several games, the Chiefs are getting the ball out quickly, and we have a Viking down, and I believe that's Bynum. And if that's the case, that's a huge loss because he's been playing really, really, really well for the Vikings here as we go to commercial break. Bill had a good run, arguably one of the best coaches to ever live, but his style doesn't work anymore. Still, the one thing about Belichick is that look at everywhere all of his assistants, none of them were successful. Every place that you tried the Belichick method, you guys know in Detroit, you tried it with Patricia, it didn't work. The Jets tried it with Mangini, it didn't work. Kansas City tried it. They brought in Scott Pioli, who was a longtime assistant. They brought in a bunch of former Patriots. It didn't work. I'm probably leaving off a few other teams. If you want to tell me Tennessee under Vrabel, I think that they're doing something a little different. But everywhere they've tried the Patriot, it doesn't work. So you have one of the greatest defensive minds in football. And by the way, the defense, I know they gave up 34, but I still think the Patriots defense one of the best in football. Put a great defense with maybe the greatest quarterback of all time. It works. Peyton Manning in Indianapolis put him with Tony Dungy, a great defensive mind. It works. It's kind of funny because when you look at all the great coaches in NFL history, they've always had great quarterbacks. You can go back to Lombardi. He had Bart Starr. Bill Walsh had Joe Montana. Chuck Noll had Terry Bradshaw. And don't get me wrong, I'd argued for the longest time Belichick was the greatest coach in NFL history, but it's not working. Whatever it is, it's not working, and they have to figure it out. Yep. Didn't you have Romeo Crennel before Reed? Yeah. So what happened is we brought in Scott Pioli, who is the Patriots general manager. I'll get to it after this play. It's going to be 1st and 10 here as I apologize here. I couldn't tell you his name. Patrick Mahomes play action passer. He wants to go deep, and he's going to be sacked Nice job by Minnesota. That was Danielle Hunter. They didn't blitz on this play. It was just 4. And by the way, if you are not familiar, Danielle Hunter is one of the best players in the National Football League. It looked like what they were trying to do is get Travis Kelce, who was bracketed, but what happened was Minnesota just brought 4 and were able to get it done here. And by the way, Kansas City Chiefs are going to have problems. Yeah. Anyways, Patrick Mahomes here. I'm going to touch base on this here. It's 2nd and 17 from the 34-yard line here. Patrick Mahomes empty set, but Tony runs back to a tight end. Nice play to Justin Ross. A little pitch and catch jump action here as they go one-on-one for the ball. Justin Ross comes down for the Kansas City Chiefs first down. And by the way, if you're not a Chiefs fan, Justin Ross, undrafted rookie free agent, looked like he was going to be a first-round pick when he played at Clemson, just couldn't stay healthy. He's been in Kansas City for a couple of years. He showed flashes and big play there. A catch of 23 for Kansas City Chiefs first down. Chiefs are going back to 13 personnel on the Minnesota 45-yard line. Handoff to CEH, and he's going to go around to the left side and get swallowed up immediately. He got maybe a gain of 1 as the Vikings defense did a very good job. Basically, the Chiefs are just trying to play a little power football, and it didn't work. The Vikings defense early on, even though they gave up that touchdown, keep in mind they were in deep within Minnesota territory. So I really don't give them, I really don't, criticize them too much there. But early on, the Vikings defense not looking bad. 2nd and 9 for the Chiefs here. Mahomes in shotgun formation. He's got CEH to his left. He's shotgun formation. He wants to go deep. Ends up cutting it back short to Rashid Rice. Does a check down there. It's going to be a short gain, a gain of 4 here. It's going to be it's going to be 3rd and I'm going to call it a 4. It looks like 3rd and 4 here, and the Chiefs are going to let the first quarter come down to the end here, and after 1, we have Kansas City 7, Minnesota 3. Now one pride, you said, didn't we have Romeo Crennel before Reed? Yeah. So what happened is that the Kansas City Chiefs brought in Scott Pioli. He was they have different titles in New England, but they brought in Scott Pioli from New England. He was like a 3-time executive of the year when he was with New England with Bill Belichick, and they brought in Scott Pioli. Scott Pioli brought in Romeo Crennel to be the defensive coordinator. Remember, Matt Castle was Tom Brady's backup. Brought in Matt Castle, traded for Mike Vrabel, who was really pissed about coming to Kansas City, wanted to stay in New England. And they ended up bringing in a lot. Anybody who had any association with New England, they tried to bring him in, and it didn't work out. Todd Haley was the head coach. I think he lasted 2 years before he was fired. And then Romeo Crennel took over midway through the season. Well, actually, it wasn't midway. I think it was like week 13 or 14. Won a few games at the end of the year. Took over and was the full-time head coach in 2012, and it was just a terrible, terrible year, probably the worst year in Chiefs history. And then they went ahead and Pioli left, Romeo Crennel left, all those guys left. And what they did is they brought in both Andy Reid and John Dorsey. And what the Chiefs do that's so weird and different is both the head coach and the general manager report directly to the owner. That's kind of a weird power structure. As far as I know, it's the only NFL team that does that is the Kansas City Chiefs. So the rumor is that while the Chiefs do have a general manager, Andy Reid has player veto power. So like a lot of people say that Andy Reid's sort of the general manager, but he doesn't have control of the contracts or anything like that. So. No, Bill's not going to get fired, but I think they'll work something out. Maybe he goes to the front office, maybe he wants to do TV, but it wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't say he'll never, even if he is fired, he's never going to be officially fired. It's not going to come across like he's canned. They just wouldn't do that to him. He's meant too much to the organization, but it wouldn't surprise me if after this year that New England goes in a different direction. Perry, what's up, brother? Man, it great games here. Great games. We're back to the action here. 3rd and 4 here on the 40-yard line. A Minnesota Vikings 40-yard line. Patrick Holmes shotgun formation here. Jared McKinnon in the backfield. Little screen to McKinnon here. Gets a block there. Goes to the 30. Cuts back inside to the 25. McKinnon, of course, spent his first 4 years in Minnesota. So he's very happy to return to Minneapolis and gets a first down. Nice job by Kansas City. And it was Creed Humphrey who it was Joe Thuney just has a phenomenal block for really sprung McKinnon free here for a gain of 15. Very nice job by McKinnon who cut back inside here. So you can see Chiefs are just inside the 25-yard line here. Patrick Mahomes is in shotgun formation. They replaced McKinnon with CEH. CEH is going to go around the left side, swallowed up after a gain of 1. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. I saw the exact same thing that you guys did. Same exact thing that you guys did. Score is 7-3 here, Perry. What happened is first play of the game, Minnesota got the ball fumbled. Kansas City recovered it, went downfield, scored a touchdown. Minnesota got the ball, came back, kicked field goal. Kansas City Chiefs are now inside the Minnesota Vikings territory. They're at the Minnesota Vikings 24, 2nd and 9, shotgun formation. Patrick Mahomes backs the pass. He wants to look deep. He's going to scramble, going to check down to Travis Kelce. Kelce's going to make a juke, but he's going to be tackled after a gain of 3. He's going to be tackled right at the 20, so a gain of 4. So it's going to be about 3rd and 5 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. So big 3rd down here as it's the Chiefs are well within field goal range, but the Chiefs don't want to settle for a field goal here. They kind of just want to put the kind of hammer down here. Jared McKinnon enters back in the game. Kelce goes out. Chiefs are going to go 4 wide receivers here. McKinnon's going to go from the top. From Mahomes left to Mahomes right here. Play clock goes to 5 here. Mahomes back to pass here. He wants to go deep. He's got pressure. He's going way back. He's going to the 35, to the 30, to 25. He's going to throw the ball out of the end zone. And it looks like we're going to see a field goal here. I think Robert Kraft might force Belichick out this season if the team is in top 10 in the draft. Okay, so I think you're right. But you're not going to see Belichick fired. You're not going to see Belichick gets the boot. They'll come out to some sort of an agreement, and then what will happen is that Belichick may stay in the front office, consultant, assistant general manager. Chiefs line up for a field goal, which is up and good. So the Chiefs are going to take a 10-3 lead here. It's going to be 12:46 left in the second quarter. But it wouldn't surprise me if behind the scenes that's what happens. But I really don't expect. You see Belichick get fired, but it wouldn't surprise me if after the season, if Belichick. They do move on from Belichick. The guy I would really kind of circle is their co-defensive coordinator, Jared Mayo. I think that's the guy, and he's been getting a lot of attention in NFL circles. So don't be surprised if after this year, and we'll talk about this more as the season goes on. But One Pride 40 says, "Yikes, that's not Mahomes-esque." And I'll tell you what, that's actually a great job by the Vikings defense. I think they did just a world-class job. There because they didn't blitz, which they have been doing. So they're showing the Chiefs some different formations, but they still were able to get pressure on Mahomes. So I don't know. It feels like a last resort to fire him, and they are getting close. I agree. I mean, they'll give him to the end of this year, but if things don't turn around, then yeah. I can see the Vikings having a top 5 or top. Well, I think they will get turned around. I expect them to lose today, which will make them 1-4. But I think they'll get some wins. Top 5, I don't see, but when you're 1-4 and you have some problems, yeah, but I'm thinking, top 10 maybe, but I would have to say top 5, top 10 right now. I disagree. By the way, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a huge Michigan State fan, but I did like Mark D'Antonio. I really did. I mean, this is a guy who consistently turned like a 2 and 3 star players in the NFL prospects. This is a guy who, he was never able to get those 4 and 5 star players, but he was consistently able to win. And you could be a 2 or a 3 star player, and he could turn you into a first round pick. There are I remember several defensive backs under Mark D'Antonio that were 2 and 3 star recruits end up being first round picks in the NFL. A lot of guys had a really, really successful NFL careers coming from that Mark D'Antonio tree. But yeah, we return back to action here. It's going to be Kansas City 10, Minnesota 3, 12:46 left in the second quarter here. Harrison Butker is going to line up for the kick, and it's going to go out of the end zone here. As I'm going to say about 90% of Butker's kicks go into the end zone. Chiefs have one of the best special teams units in all of football here. And Vikings are going to take over at the 25-yard line here. And Kirk Cousins is put up some decent numbers here. Le'Veon Bell. I remember Le'Veon Bell. His story is so interesting because I remember his senior year. He was like 245, 250, and he was a Heisman candidate. I think he got banged up. And I'll talk about this here in a bit here. Cousins under center here. Play action pass. He wants to go deep across the middle of the field. Has Justin Jefferson at the 40 for a first down. Justin Jefferson thrown down roughly here. They're calling for a flag, and they may get it here. Justin Reed, the Chiefs safety, flung him to the ground. They may get him a 15-yarder here as a personal foul, and that's exactly what's going to happen. This is a big penalty. This will put the Vikings in Chiefs territory. And Justin Reed put a little too much oomph into that, so I get that. And I get that. And this was a nice job. What the Vikings did, they lined up in 12 personnel, little play action pass. They just got Justin Jefferson, just ran to the middle of the field. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at they're going to call it the 46, the Chiefs 46-yard line. Cousins going to be under center. Same formation, 12 personnel, 1 wide receiver to each screen here. This time it's going to be a handoff to Cam Akers, who had some room, but naughty. I was trying to say his first and last name at the same time, but Derek Noddy just slammed him down to the ground here. Longtime Chiefs defensive lineman. Now we're going to see a little hurry up by the Vikings. This is kind of fun here. It's going to be 2nd and 7. The Vikings go hurry up offense here. Cousins in shotgun. He wants to go deep, pump fakes, and drops it off the Hawkinson for no gain on the play, but there is a flag. I believe this is going to be holding here. We're going to find out here. And actually, it's going to be a legal contact against Kansas City. It's L'Jarius Sneed. He was 1-on-1 against Justin Jefferson, and basically held on a little too far. Maybe it wasn't necessary here. We're going to take a look at the replay, and oh yeah, this is basically he just drags Justin Jefferson to the ground. Andy Reid's livid, but that's called every time. You can't just pull receivers to the ground, but that's exactly what happened here. Is they are one thing about the Kansas City Chiefs are given a lot of attention to Justin Jefferson early on, and Andy Reid's hot about it. But it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Kansas City Chiefs 38-yard line here. Cousins under center, motioning for Hawkinson to the bottom of the screen. Cam Akers to the top, and he stopped after a gain of 2. Drew Tranquil is in on the tackle there. Drew Tranquil came over from the Chargers as a free agent last year. Was going to play in a spot role, but due to Nick Bolton's injury. And we're going to go hurry up here. Cousins under center, 2nd and 8 here. They got 2 tight ends lined up in a 3-point stance at the top of the screen here. Actually, forgive me, it's a 13 personnel. And they're going to motion Hawkinson to the bottom of the screen where Jefferson's there, play action pass. They want to go to Jefferson. They're going to check down to Cam Akers. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage by Willie Gay. The Chiefs were not fooled. Actually, I'm going to say the Chiefs were not fooled, but what it is that the way the play was set up, it was a play action pass. It looked like they were trying to hit Justin Jefferson or Hawkinson deep. And when the Chiefs had them covered, they were going to just check down to Cam Akers, who came over in a trade just a couple weeks ago. Willie Gay snuffed it out quickly, so it's going to be 3rd and 8 here at the Kansas City Chiefs 36-yard line. Empty formation here. Cousins back to pass. He's going to throw it to the top of the screen, trying to go one-on-one to Jefferson. Jefferson wants a flag, and he's going to get it here. Trent McDuffie wasn't looking back at the ball. It's kind of, I'm a Chiefs fan, but yeah. But this is going to be pass interference. So the penalties helping the Vikings out here. Yeah, who else you have to cover? I mentioned Jordan Addison earlier, and I do like Addison. I don't know about that one. I'll be honest with you. I mean, maybe I'm a Chiefs fan. The penalty earlier was a no-brainer. That one's a little ticky-tacky. I mean, you can. I kind of like it when they do a little fighting here. Bottom line, he was looking for the ball. I'm kind of on the fence about that one. Vikings get the ball on the 25-yard line, Chiefs territory here. It's going to be a Cousins under center. He's going to hand off to Cam Akers, who powers forward, and we have another flag here. The Chiefs, L'Jarius Sneed held his helmet and was crouching down, looking angrily. We're going to see what the flag is here, but the play was a 3-yard gain by Cam Akers, and L'Jarius Sneed is very frustrated, and it's going to be illegal hands to the face here. So L'Jarius Sneed is going to be responsible for 2 penalties here. And L'Jarius Sneed's frustrated because this was he knew he got him, and this was a legitimate penalty. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. 3rd straight first down due to penalty here. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings here, just under 10 here. We're at 9:48 in the second quarter here. The Chiefs, 4 penalties for 36 yards already here. Kirk Cousins in old-fashioned I formation, back to pass here. Shuffles past the Cam Akers, who's going to get a first down inside the 7-yard line here. Powers forward to around the 5. And there's another flag here. This one is probably going to be holding, as the Chiefs got a lot of pressure on Cousins, and it is going to be holding for the Minnesota Vikings here. So what was going to be 1st and goal at about the 5-yard line is going to be 1st and about 20 here. And what happened is Chris Jones was just doing a phenomenal job here. Even though he was held, he almost sacked Cousins anyway. And then there's actually a nice play by Cousins to avoid pressure and do that shuffle pass. But unfortunately, it's going to go back 10 yards. First penalty on the Vikings side. Kansas City Chiefs 5 penalties. Vikings get number 1 here. 1st and 20 for the Vikings at the Chiefs 27. Cousins in shotgun formation. He's going to go back to pass. He wants to go downfield. He's going to fire into almost the end zone here, and he's trying to hit Addison along the sideline, and doesn't ends up being incomplete. We're at 2nd and 20. One Pride 40 is Laporta, an upgrade over Hawk. That's a great question. The way Detroit is using Laporta, yes. If you're a team and you're like picking players off the fence like you would kickball, like as a little kid, I would take Hawkinson. But the way Detroit's using Laporta, the answer is yes. Shotgun formation, Cousins back to pass. He wants to go into the end zone. Pressure by Kansas City. He escapes the pressure, gets Addison at the top of the formation or top of the screen here, and he's going to corkscrew himself for a gain of, it looks like, 16. It's going to be 3rd and about 4. This is a really nice play by the Vikings here because Cousins was wrapped up. Looks like he was going to be sacked. He escaped, went to the outside, hit Addison, who was covered by McDuffie, and got a nice gain here to make it 3rd and short instead of what could have been 3rd and 20. So they're going to call it 3rd and 4 here. A big 3rd down at the Chiefs' 11-yard line here. It's going to be 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen here. They're going to motion Justin Jefferson to the backfield here. So it's going to be Cam Akers and Jefferson in the backfield. Cousins back to pass, goes to the end zone. And he was trying to hit KJ Osborne, and Osborne was not expecting the ball. And the bad part is that he looked like he was open. We're going to take a look on the replay here because he fires the ball, and Osborne – it looks like he is a combination of he overthrew Osborne, and Osborne it's a combination of Osborne either ran the route wrong or Cousins threw the ball behind him. They had to show the replay a couple of times because originally it looked like he threw the ball at Osborne. So the Vikings are going to try for a 29-yard field goal. The field goal is up, and it is good. So we got a 10-6 ball game with 8:02 left in the second quarter. One pride, I do want to touch base on this. I think Hawkinson might be a better player than Laporta. Laporta's not going to be a blocker. Okay, if you want a blocking tight end, Hawkinson over Laporta all day, no questions asked. If you're playing like Madden, which player would have the higher rating? It would be Hawkinson. Okay. The way Detroit's running their offense and what they want a tight end to do, yes, Laporta is an upgrade because he's just basically going to be a big wide receiver. So you have him, you have the Sun God, and now you have Jameson Williams. And by the way, I haven't taken a look at the box score, any of the highlights yet, which put up 42. So I'm assuming that there was an upgrade in the offense. Carolina's a team right now that's really in disarray. They have a lot of problems. They're a team, hey, look, we got a young quarterback. I called it on my last live stream a redshirt year, but that's kind of what you're looking at. That's kind of what you're looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and check out some scores here for you guys. Rams have taken a 14-10 lead in LA. They are taking on the Eagles, and they are up 14-10. That looks like it's going to be a fun game as we are ending the second quarter. Only 24 seconds left in that one. We're at the 2-minute warning in the desert. Cardinals 14, Bengals 10. This is an interesting score here as the Jets hit a 2-run double here to go from down 10-3 to 10-5. But 10:20 left in the second here. Broncos 10, Jets 5. So Laporta, a first-year player, he'll only get better. Yeah, he'll only get better. I've seen this before where some rookies, I want to say just the opposite, just the argument. Some rookies, just get there. But the way that they're using him is perfectly. And I do think he'll get better. I really do. There's a very high ceiling for Laporta. There really is. And I hate comparing the two because it's not fair. But Laporta reminds me a lot of Travis Kelce. You got to use him that way. He's not, you don't want his hand in the dirt. You don't want him blocking. He's a big receiver. And if you use him like that, then yeah. Yeah, but for the longest time, remember last year you were supposed to beat the Panthers and the playoffs were on the line and you lost. This year you got it done. You did what you're supposed to do. We're going to turn back to action here. Vikings are going to kick off. Kick is going to be go out of the end zone here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the Chiefs 25-yard line when the Chiefs take over here. If you tuned in late, Chiefs 10, Vikings 6. And I apologize to you guys. I don't have the graphics at the bottom of the screen here. That's something I'm working on for the future. That way you guys don't have to ask me. I try to give you score updates as often as I can, but I'm working on making some upgrades to the channel, so bear with me. Patrick Mahomes under center here, shotgun snap. They bring pressure. They flash it out to Kadarius Toney, and the play is called dead. I'm not really sure what happened, and Mahomes gets up gimpy. This is not a good sign here. Mahomes is favoring there's something wrong. Looks like his right leg here, and it looked like what happened is when the Vikings brought a blitz, Mahomes reached instantly for his right leg, and they're showing the replay here, and oh boy, oh god, that does not look good. I couldn't see who caught it, but it was a knee to the back of Mahomes' leg. So Mahomes is still staying in there, but he's clearly gimpy, and Pacheco's going to power forward for a gain of 4 here. So we're going to see 3rd and 6 here. I got a little distracted because Mahomes is moving around very gingerly. And what happened is the Vikings brought a blitz, and I didn't see who it was, but the defender's knee hit the back of Mahomes' knee, and Mahomes is limping around a little bit. So we got 3rd and 6 here, a very big 3rd down here. Kansas City's up 10-6 here. 3rd and 6 here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Kansas City Chiefs, Mahomes shotgun formation, replace Pacheco with McKinnon. Blitz Harrison. Mahomes goes deep and cannot make the play. Oh, man. And so this was perfect. What happened is for the second time this drive and the first time all game, the Vikings brought pressure with the blitz, and the Chiefs read it perfectly. They had Justin Watson open deep, and Mahomes just really had a bad throw, to be honest with you, because what happened is he should have had Justin Watson, and it was really a bad pass. I'm sorry to say it, So I can see Chiefs go quick 3 and out. They're going to go ahead and punt here, and back to punt, and the punt is away. It's going to be a short punt, and this could be a penalty, as it is going to be a penalty. What happened is it was incidental here, but what happened was that the Chiefs defender just ran right into the kicker before the ball came down. This is going to be a penalty, and the Vikings are in a really, really good field position. So Lions are beating a team that exactly. SOL wouldn't do that. Yeah, this was just a very, very simple mistake here by the Kansas City Chiefs. Just ran into them. It's kick-catch interference, and the Vikings are going to have very, very good field position when play resumes here. So, oh, man, and I'm trying to look that up here. I'll be honest with you. Off the top of my head, I can't think. I'm sorry here. I'm having some computer issues. I was trying to look and see who it was. It's a Chiefs player. It wasn't Jalen Watson. I'm sorry. That was Nick Jones. So Nick Jones is a 7th round rookie out of Ball State who had the kick catch interference penalty, and he's a guy that the Kansas City Chiefs are really, really high on. Even though he's a 7th round pick, he was a prospect that was getting a lot of buzz towards the combine. Even though he played at Ball State, he's got that prototypical size that you want in an NFL corner, but he did play at a small school. Had a penalty there, but the Chiefs are really high on the rookie. And look, I'm not too mad at the mistake. Really, to be honest with you, that throw from Mahomes to Justin Watson on 3rd down, that's a play Mahomes makes over and over and over again. And it might be that his knee's bothering him enough that he didn't feel like he could put pressure on his leg. If you're not aware, when you set back, your form and your footwork so important, that knee injury may have affected the throw, because that's way off. That's not a throw that Mahomes usually misses. So Perry, I agree with you. I really do. I think I said this on my last live stream. I think the Lions are now king of the North, and that's why this game is so important for the Minnesota Vikings, because you have the Lions at 4-1. If the Vikings fall and go 1-4 here, they do play Detroit twice in the final 3 weeks of the season, but that's such a big deficit to make up for in 12 games. It's such a big deficit to make up for in 12 games. And I'll be honest with you, unless the Lions start getting massive injuries, I really don't see them slowing down. So the Vikings, even though it's a week 5 game, This is a really important one. Kansas City loses today. It's not really a big deal, to be honest with you. The only other team with 4 wins right now are the Miami Dolphins, and the Chiefs will play the Dolphins in about 4 weeks from now in Germany. So it's not that big of a deal if the Chiefs lose, but the Vikings lose is a big deal. So it's going to be 1st and 10 here as play resumes here. On the Vikings are on their own 44-yard line. They're going to hand off to Madison, and he swallowed up quickly here, gets a gain of 1. They're going to mark them to the Chiefs side of the 45, so maybe a gain of 2 here. Oh, yeah, One Pride. I was tempted to do that. I unfortunately cannot. I really wanted to do that game because I'm super excited for that game. I am super excited. I can't wait for Dallas, San Francisco tonight. And back to action here. It's 2nd and 8 for the Vikings here as they're going to go to actually, they're lining up in 12 personnel. Chiefs bring a blitz. And excuse me, I got all choked up. Chris Jones gets the sack. Chiefs bring pressure. And for some reason or another, when they brought pressure, no, I apologize. They did not bring the blitz. Chris Jones just won a one-on-one. He just olayed. Looks like it's Brad. No, it wasn't Bradbury there for the Vikings. Number 72. That's Ezra Cleveland here. And he just olayed Cleveland and just got the sack. So it's 3rd and 15 here. Cousins in shotgun formation here. Play clock goes down to 3. Mahomes, or I'm sorry, gets the catch here. Throws to Hawkinson across midfield. They're going to be, depending on where they mark it, he's either going to be 1 or 2 yards short of a first down. But this is a good opportunity to go for it here. I'm Minnesota. I may consider going for it here. And earlier on, I thought they would kick. Now they're kicking. I to be honest with you, the same situation earlier in the game. The Vikings went for it. I'm not sure why. I guess it's because it's closer to midfield. So even though they're on the Chiefs 48, it's going to be a fake, and he's going to get the outside. He's going to get the first down. He's to the 40 to 35. Great play call by Kevin O'Connell, faking the punt, getting the first down. Great job, Minnesota Vikings. With all these players bringing back, we all of a sudden, yeah. Gotta let rookies play. Let them make. Yeah, exactly. Nick Jones is a guy the Chiefs really, really like. I'm not mad at that penalty. I believe your offense stinks because your tackles blow. You are not alone in saying that. 1st and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings at the Chiefs 33. Cousins under center, 13 formation. You're Justin Jefferson to the top. Play action pass. A one-hit Justin Jefferson on it, what I call a dig route. This is just 10 yards and in. And he was open. It just they didn't make the play. And this was a nice job here and what the Chiefs wanted to do. And I'll be honest with you, Justin Jefferson usually makes that play, and he's mad at himself. Justin Reed was coming in ready to put the lumber down, but still that's a play that he normally makes here. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. Cousins under center here. They're in a motion. It's going to be a jet sweep to the top of the screen here, and it's going to be a first down. And I thought that was Jordan Addison here, but that's not Jordan Addison. I apologize. I'm off today. It's third. Actually, he didn't get the first down. It's going to be a 1 and it's going to be a quick sneak by Kirk Cousins here. And it's that Jalen Nate. No, it's not Jalen Nador. That's going to drive me nuts here. I really should know who that player is. It's Brandon Powell. Okay, so I was wrong here. I apologize. With Brandon Powell. So with the quarterback sneak here, we get a 1st and 10 as we approach 3:30 in the second quarter here. Trips at the bottom of the screen here. We got Jordan Addison to the top here. Madison's going to be at Cousins' left. He's going to get the handoff here. He's going to break a tackle. Power forward for a gain of 4, maybe 5. as Vikings approach the red zone as they are now inside the 20. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Vikings here as we got a good game here as we are approaching 3 minutes in the first half. You tuned in just now, Chiefs 10, Vikings 6, as we are now under 3 minutes in the first half here. The Vikings are inside the quote-unquote red zone as they just hit a 4-yard gain to go inside the 20. They're at the 19-yard line, actually 18-yard line. Cousins is under center here. Madison's in the backfield. Justin Jefferson to the top of the screen. Handoff to Madison at the top, and he is quickly swallowed up here. Mike Edwards came in on a blitz, followed by George Kaleftis. And FAU, the Chiefs' first-round pick out of K-State. So a loss of 3 here. The Kansas City Chiefs really nailed this one. They brought in Mike Edwards on a safety blitz, blew that play completely up. 3rd and 9 here as they got Justin Jefferson to the bottom of the screen, trips to the top. They're going to move KJ Osborne to the bottom in the slot here. Kirk Cousins is in shotgun formation with Madison to his left here. We are approaching the 2-minute warning, and the question is, are they going to do a play before the 2-minute warning or not? They are not. So we're going to go to the 2-minute warning with Kansas City up 10-6. Perry says, when we get healthy, both sides of the ball should make us a tough team to play against. Yeah, I think you already are. The one thing I've said this many times, it's not who's the best team when you get to the playoffs, it's who's healthiest. And one thing is that with some of the rookies that you have, they're going to hit the rookie wall. But with an older team, you have to worry more about injuries. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens because some of these rookies are going to hit that rookie wall. You're going to have some problems. You want to make sure that you stay healthy. Depth's important. But if you can stay healthy, the Lions are definitely a danger. I mean, they're 4-1. They're 4-1. I want to see what we can do being 100%. Every NFL team says that. You're not alone. The Sun God, Laporta, Gibbs, Josh R., Raymond, David, a healthy O-line or offense will put up will put up 40 plus points. Maybe put up over 40 today. Naylor, MSU legend. Even the Vikings win, I don't think that they are beating us. A lot can happen between now and weeks 16, 17, and 18. A lot of injuries can happen. A lot of things could happen. So you never know. We saw the trade deadline in a couple weeks. There's a lot of teams that start off the season hot and finish cold. A lot of teams start off the season hot and finish cold. So, and some teams pick up steam. All right. You remember, let's put it this way. What were you guys saying last year at this time? You were 1-4. You were not happy. And, you end up getting hot at the end of the year. So a lot of things can happen. Remember, you guys start off 1-6, if I'm correct. Is that right? 1-6, 1-5, 1-6. So a lot of things can happen. But yeah, this is bottom line. This is a huge game for the Vikings because even though a lot of things can happen, if you're down by 2 games, well, you play the Lions twice. It's not that big of a deal. But you get down 3. It's a big deal. So we're return to play. It's going to be 3rd and 9, trips at the bottom of the screen. Justin Jefferson to the top. Cousins wants to go deep. He's going to check down Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison gets the first down inside, spun down at the 5. And this was a nice job here. It looked like Cousins wanted to go Justin Jefferson. It looks like the Chiefs had that covered. Came back, Jordan Addison wide open at the middle of the screen for an easy first down. And there was nobody around Jordan Addison. I don't know if that was by design or a blown assignment, but Jordan Addison was wide open. And so it's going to be 1st and goal for the Vikings. Now the Chiefs will get the ball to start the second half. And we're going to look at the replay here because Jordan Addison was wide open here, and it looks like they're going to show it. And there's definitely a big miscommunication in the Chiefs secondary. Jordan Addison was wide open, and they were trying to run the hurry-up offense. Chiefs called a timeout, and that's where we're at now. So it's going to be the Chiefs' first timeout of the first half. So the Chiefs will have 2 timeouts remaining. It's 1:47 left in the first half. Chiefs 10, Vikings 6. Vikings, we're going to return to play here. First and goal at the 6-yard line here. Jordan Addison to the bottom of the screen. It's going to be motion, do a little jet sweep here. And it's going to be, I just called his name, Brandon Powell. Brandon Powell hit the pop pass, or actually it was a jet sweep, and only got a gain of 2 here. So we're going to stop play here. I didn't see what happened. I don't see who called the timeout, who didn't. So I missed that there. But it's going to be second and goal at the 4-yard line. Denver Gator. Look, Denver Gator. I'm not normally a grammar Nazi, but you butchered Chiefs. I mean, that's not even close. All love for Denver Gator, man. If JMO can start making an impact, teams have to start to cover him and we get pick apart. Yeah. No, One Pride. Actually, they're in a very fun game against the Jets. It's actually 10-8. They're at old school Mile High Stadium. Second and goal, the Chiefs actually called their second time out as they wanted to get the ball back before the first half ends here. Second goal on the 5-yard line. They're going to fake the handoff here. Cousins going to the end zone, and it is caught. No. I don't know. I'm not okay. It is a touchdown. I thought it was caught, and then it was the weirdest celebration because he was looking down like he was mad. I didn't get that at all. That was weird. Okay, of all the touchdown reactions, usually don't act sad, but that's exactly what Jordan Addison did. First round pick out of USC made a big touchdown. Vikings go up 12-10 as we await the extra point here. And scoring drive, 12 plays, 56 yards, took up 5.5 minutes. And that's exactly what you do when you play the Chiefs. You want to take long scoring touchdown drives. You want to keep that Mahomes guy on the bench. So when play resumes, it'll be 1:39 left in the first half. Chiefs 10, Vikings 13. So the bad guys are winning. We got a weird one in Mile High, Denver Gator. Looks like 1:48 left in the second quarter. Broncos 13, Jets 8. We are at halftime in the desert. Bengals 17, Cardinals 14. And this is a fun one at half in LA. Eagles 17, Rams 14. It's now 13-8. It's now 13-8. And so yeah, lots of home runs in that game. Lots of home runs. High scoring game between Jets and Broncos. So yeah. There was a two-run single in the game. I think both teams exchanged home runs. Weirdness at old school Mile High. But Denver Gator, man, as usual, it is great to see you, even though you misspelled Chiefs worse than anybody in the history of the world. I don't get this, Denver Gator, man. I thought, thought we were getting to be friends here and stuff. But it's good to see Denver Gator here. And listen, as we're approaching halftime, I want to emphasize this. If the Chiefs lose this game, it's not that big of a deal. No undefeated teams are left in the AFC. We still got 2 in the NFC. One's playing now, one's playing tonight. Cowboys 49ers are going to play tonight. That's going to be a good one. I'm actually really, 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 really looking forward to Monday Night Football, watching Green Bay and the Raiders. And, of course, next Thursday night, we got a good one as we got the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. So make sure you tune back here for Thursday Night Football. So we Denver Gators fantastic, man. Denver Gators fantastic. But big game for the Vikings because the Detroit Lions, if you didn't pay attention, Detroit Lions won big today. Lions fans are not gloating at all, by the way. So the Lions won big, 42-24. They advanced to 4-1. So the Vikings, who are at 1-3, do not want to fall 3 games behind. Even though it's against my team, I'm not going to lie. The skull chant is really cool. I really like it. I have a soft spot for the Vikings. I really do. I got a lot of love from Lions fans, but I'm not going to lie to you. I really, really like the skull chant. Vikings fans at Arrowhead have always been super cool. The Vikings are going to kick off here, and it's going to go out of the end zone. So with 1:39 left in the first half and 1 timeout, Patrick Mahomes is going to try to either tie the game up or to take the lead in the first half. And it's always fun when you have a 2-minute drill with Patrick Mahomes, one of the best, if not the best in the business. So Perry asked a great question. Who do you think will win between the 49ers and the Cowboys? I picked the Niners. To me, the Niners are the best team in football. All right, 2-minute drill. Patrick Mahomes, fasten your seatbelts here. Shotgun formation. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Quick one to Travis Kelce for a gain of 8, maybe 9. Chiefs go no huddle here as they keep pressing. Jared McKinnon's going to be in the backfield here. He's going to line up to Mahomes left. They're in the market at the 34, but they're going to call it 2nd and 2. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation, back to pass. He's got time. Look, check down to Kelce. And Kelce, oh, this is not good, folks. Kelce fell down without being touched. Travis Kelce just fell down. He fell down. Nobody was around him, and he just fell down, and he is limping. And so what happened is Travis Kelce was wide open, and he just slipped. So a 3rd and 1 here. Jared McKinnon is going to take the shotgun snap, and he's going to power forward for a gain of 5 and a first down. So it should have been an easy first down. Travis Kelce just slipped. I thought he was hurt. He's actually exiting the game. I can't tell if he's injured or not. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. Nobody in backfield. Patrick Mahomes is going to go out to the top here. Throws a quick throw here. Nice play here. Is that I can't tell who that is. I believe that's Jordan Hicks for the Vikings. Very nice play here because he came on the blitz, stopped, raised his hand up to deflect the pass. So no. I meant to say this the other night. If lined up with your red shirt makes you look like a comic book villain, it kind of does, man. It kind of does. I think it was Funk called me Spawn, so it was pretty cool. 2nd and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. 30 seconds left in the first half. Patrick Mahomes scrambles to the front here, nails, and is this going to be a catch? Okay, so if so, it's going to be a nice catch. They're going to look at it. It looked like he did definitely catch the ball. The only question is, did Justin Watson have both feet in bounds? Justin Watson ran a deep flag route, and they're going to look at this. It's not a catch, folks. This is just amazing. This was just such a great play, but he did not get both feet in bounds. They are calling it a catch. You cannot challenge inside 2 minutes, but what you can do is you can call a timeout. And that's exactly what the Vikings are doing. So what the Vikings are doing is they're going to call a timeout to give the referees a little more time to look at this because the referees did call this a catch. It's not a catch, folks. And Travis Kelce is on the bench, and he's looking frustrated. I don't think it's a major injury, but he looks banged up. He's not on the field right now. And what happened is because the Vikings did call a timeout, the NFL is going to go ahead and they're doing what's called a booth review. This is not a catch, folks. This is going to be overturned really, really quickly. This is going to be overturned pretty quickly. So, pretty humble today. I don't think so. I don't think it's a ACL. I think it's just kind of an ankle sprain. The way it looked is that what happened is that his foot buckled and he fell. It looks like it's just an ankle sprain, but we'll get a little more information as the game goes on. But hopefully Kelce will be safe to return here. Well, one thing that nobody's sick of is seeing Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I mean, there's been more hate by Chiefs fans on Taylor Swift. I actually saw this about So apparently Taylor Swift fans, I don't believe it personally, but Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend went to social media or in the news and said that she's been getting death threats from Taylor Swift fans. I don't believe it because there was lots of weirdness going on with Travis Kelce's girlfriend after Travis. So Travis dumped her, and there was like weirdness going on with her. And then a few months later, there were some comments, and I was quick to say, "Oh, it's not true. No way he's dating Taylor Swift." Next thing you know, you see Taylor Swift at Arrowhead with sitting in the booth with Travis's mom. So, yeah. The reason why we were humble, I don't know. I would not call you guys humble. and listen, one pride, don't be humble. No. Listen, you guys have been losers for a long time. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. And it's going to be, and I have no idea here because they just went right back to the game and then they called it dead. So apparently they are going to call it. I don't get it. I'm a level with you. This is not a catch. They called it a catch. The Chiefs get a gift. This is a huge gift because this is easily not a catch. They're going to call it a catch, and I'm not really sure what's going on now. And by the way, if you ever get a chance, this is just not a catch, folks. This is just not a catch, but the Chiefs get a huge break. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Mahomes scrambles here. He's going to throw the ball across the field here. He's going to hit Noah Gray, and Noah Gray is going to get a first down. As time goes on to the 15, Travis Kelce's limping to the sidelines here. 11 seconds, 10. Patrick Mahomes is going to spike the ball. So the Chiefs have one timeout. They're at the Vikings 24-yard line, so they are well within field goal range. Well within field goal range, but with 9 seconds left, they can go ahead and take a shot. Now, Travis Kelce is walking gingerly to the locker room. If it was a serious ACL type injury, like you were saying, he would be on a cart. He would be on a cart. But now Travis Kelce is very visibly upset. But we'll have to see what happens. 9 seconds left in the first half, and it's on 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Chiefs do have one timeout remaining, so they don't, and the clock goes dead, and the whistle blows, and we have a flag on the play here. We're going to see what the flag is. A very sloppy first half here, very, very, very sloppy first half, and this is delay of game. They're going to call it on Mahomes, so it's going to be 1st and 15. On the Kansas City Chiefs here. Now, keep in mind they're well within field goal range, but the Chiefs really want to take a shot, at least one into the end zone. Trips at the bottom of the screen here, one receiver to the top, and McKinnon. McKinnon's going to go motion into Mahomes' left here. He's going to be in the backfield here, added as additional blocker here. Mahomes going to go back to pass. He's going through a sidearm pass to Sky Moore, and I apologize, lost first down on 2nd and 15. So with 7 seconds left, I think what's going to happen is with 7 seconds left here, I think that what you're going to see is the Chiefs just kick a field goal. We're going to find out what happens here. Okay, so they're actually going to run a play here. It's an empty formation here. There's only 7 seconds left, and the Vikings are going to call a timeout. I'll be honest with you, 7 seconds, you can easily make a play, but if you go to the end zone, there's a good chance that you can run out of clock here. Chiefs do have one timeout, so we're going to have to wait and see what happens, but I'm not really expecting the Chiefs to take a shot to the end zone here. I'm going to answer all the comments that came in, but this has been a very sloppy turn of events, and I'm going to say this. I'm a Chiefs fan, obviously. I mean, can't see us here. Chiefs fan. I'm obviously a Chiefs fan. That's not a catch. The Chiefs got a gift. The Chiefs got a big-time gift. 3rd and 15, 7 seconds left, down by 3 in the first half here. Mahomes is going to be empty formation here. He's going to go back to pass. It's going to be a quick play to Sky Moore. Sky Moore just trips and falls down after a gain of 4. I don't know if that was designed or if he just tripped and fell or if he just dove down to the ground, just wanted to get a few extra yards for Butker. Now, Butker is one of the best kickers in the National Football League. If anything, he's had more problems inside 40 yards than he has outside of 50. But with fourth and 8 with 4 seconds remaining, this will be, barring penalty, the last play of the first half here, as the Chiefs are going to try to tie it up at 13 here. Harrison Butker's made 1 field goal today of 38 yards. This will be a 40-yard field goal. For Harrison Butker, this is a chip shot, so he's expected to make this. They're on the left hash. The kick is up. The kick is good, and we are at halftime tied at 13. So, folks, we got a good one in Minneapolis. We have a good one in Minneapolis, folks. 13-13. Oh, God, this is so good. This is so good. What is more ridiculous, Jessica Simpson and Romo or Swift and Kelsey trying to explain football to 2 blondes? Yay, my man. This is easily the best comment of the day. Denver Gator wins comment of the day, easily. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I like them both. I liked Simpson and Romo. I thought it was awesome. I remember Jessica Simpson was on that reality show, and I never watched it, but I was dating a girl who liked it. And she's like, and if you knew this girl who was also a blonde, and she's like, man, that Jessica Simpson's dumb. It's like, oh God. You know, I mean, yeah, she was hot, but blonde, you know. Yeah. Swift and Kelsey are, and hey, blonde. You know what? Okay, so I've dated a couple redheads, and they've all been kind of like, you know, the stereotype about redheads being crazy is, in my opinion, true. But they've been fun. They've been fun. I had one girlfriend who was an Italian blonde that was really, I mean, yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, but mostly I like brunettes. I've always kind of liked brunettes. I like brunettes. Dark hair. I've always yeah, like dark hair has always been something that's been attractive. But you know, as long as you're not shaved head like me, I'm pretty cool with it. Not humble with Packers. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. Not so much. If he's, I think he's hurt. He's still moving around. Looks like he's moving around a little gingerly, but I think he's going to be fine. It didn't look good, but didn't look like a serious injury. I'm worried about the Kelsey ankle injury, and it does look like an ankle injury. So we're going to find out what's going on here. But I'll try to get you information as it comes in. By the way, special guest star on Tuesday, returning back to the show. If he's not doing cocaine and hookers, will be Keys. So he says he's going to come on Tuesday, and he's going to have. He says he's going to have some good stuff. Every time we beat the Packers, there's so it's kind of gone away. But in the 90s, it was Raider week. Marty Schottenheimer hated the Raiders with a passion. He just despised the Raiders with everything in the whole world. And it was just something that he had to beat the Raiders. Any other team he didn't care about. You had to beat the Raiders. And that was one thing that he was just adamant about. And that shifted to Denver. That Denver, in my opinion, Denver's the bigger rival. And it's been that way for a while. When Manning was with the Broncos, they could not lose to Kansas City. The only time they lost to Kansas City was the game where Manning set the all-time records. And then he ended up getting benched. And that was the last time. That was actually, and then that game the Chiefs won, and the Chiefs have beaten Denver. I think it's like 14 straight times. But yeah. If I'm the Lions, do I make a call for Uche or Judon? Well, Judon's banged up right now, and here's the deal. Every trade that you've proposed makes sense for one team, and that's the Lions. It doesn't make sense for the other team. Uche might make a little bit of sense, but I really don't see it. I'll give you a few other players. There was, God, you know what? I was just thinking of a guy. The guy that would be perfect for the Lions that you could get, and you could probably get cheap, would be a Kavion Chasen, former first-round pick from LSU. He was a guy that just never really panned out with Jacksonville. That's why they used first overall pick on Trayvon Walker. He was playing a little bit today, but that's a guy that would make a lot of sense because he's a guy that I really liked coming out of LSU. It never panned out for whatever reason, and I don't have the answer why. But he's a guy that could really help out, and you could probably get him cheap. You could probably like a 7th-round pick. He's probably not going to be at the team next year. Do you make a call? Absolutely, you make a call, especially for a guy like Uche. Judon, I don't think they're going to move on from Judon. Keep in mind he's injured. I don't know the severity off the top of my head. I should, but I don't. Uche is a guy that has been used part-time, but is a guy that I just absolutely love. A guy like Uche could be really special. Uche, for those of you who don't know, played football at the University of Michigan, and that's why that's the big reason why One Pride wants on this, because he loves all those Michigan players. Yeah, this is a very badly officiated game so far, and I'm going to tell you this right now: the Chiefs got a gift. That's not a catch. And Chiefs fans will argue it is, and from a certain angle, no, it's not a catch. It's just not a catch. Bengals 24-14 over Arizona. By the way, I know Denver Gator subscribes to him. I cannot talk about this guy enough. My boy George, who came on several weeks ago, does sports betting. He's been red hot this year. His game of the week was Bengals in 3. And I agreed. If you watch my picks video, which you should, I don't have it in the description, but I come out the picks video every Tuesday. I'm going to start releasing it Tuesday at noon. My power rankings video, I'm going to make Wednesday. It's going to be released Wednesday, not Tuesday. So Tuesday at noon, I'm going to have my picks video. Make sure you check it out. I did pick the Bengals, and I picked the Bengals to win 24-20, so they cover. I thought it was 2.5. It's going up to 3. But George put $1,000 down on it, and he's been red hot. So if you do sports betting, you can follow me. You can go to George, or you can just go to George, period. But if you do sports betting, you got to touch base with this guy. Blondes over brunettes. To be honest with you, blondes, brunettes are both better than redheads from my experience. I've had some bad luck with redheads, man. I've had some bad luck. I really don't care, but I mean, my personal preference. You know what? My last girlfriend was brunette. The one used to dye her hair different colors every couple weeks. You ever seen that movie? Exact Pilgrim Against the World. You know what? Scott Pilgrim Against the World. Yeah. Her hair was almost exactly like that. Like every 2 weeks, she changed it to something different. I think natural. Actually, I think she was natural red, but it was always like she dyed it black, but then it was mostly like red or purple or green. And just like at wildlife, if you see something with bright colors, warning danger. So, One Pride 40, a full head of hair. I follow you on Instagram. I don't want to give out your name since you go by One Pride here, but I think on one of your pictures, you do got a lot of hair. Yeah. We need a defensive tackle. Yeah, you do. I'll be honest with you. It wouldn't surprise me here's the thing: the Chiefs would really want a player back, not just picks, but a Chris Jones trade to Detroit makes a lot of sense. The problem is that when I look at Detroit, it looks like they're trying to build through the draft, which is a staple of John Dorsey. I know that Holmes is the general manager, but there's so much of this team that reminds me of how the Chiefs were built up when John Dorsey and Andy Reid came in 2013. It's almost the exact same blueprint. And there's so much of when I look at the Detroit Lions, I look at what the Kansas City Chiefs were in 2013. Remember, you did draft that, Broderick Martin in the third round. He's a guy who's just raw. All he needs is time, and he could be that guy. He's probably not going to be the guy this year, but next year he would be that guy. Keep an eye out on him, Broderick Martin. He's a third-round pick out of Western Kentucky, massive upside. Probably not going to help you this year. I think if you do get a defensive tackle, you're not going to get a big name. It'll be like a backup player. Kavion Chasen's a guy I think that would be perfect for Detroit, and it'd be kind of a win-win because they kind of moved on from him in Jacksonville. But he's a guy that could come in and be a starter somewhere. So he's a guy, by the way, that I'm kind of looking at trade deadline. Kavion Chasen. Patrick Queen's playing some really good football in Baltimore, but he's another guy that kind of makes sense. Just a cap move more than anything else because he's going to want a lot of money. You'd have to give quite a bit, but a guy like Patrick Queen would also be really, really, really helpful. As far as defensive tackles, I don't know. Perry, I actually agree with this. Might do more harm than good. By the way, you need to check out Burns and Berman, two college kids talk about football. One's a Bears fan, the other's a Ravens fan. Do me a favor, send me a link, and if they're up for it, I bring them on. I tried to get a Vikings fan to come on this week, talk about Chiefs and Vikings. He said he would, and then he's like, "No, I'm too much of a vagina to be on your show, Dan. I can't handle, all that toxic masculinity. I'm kind of a real feminist and a pussy, and I can't handle all that." So that was kind of his quote, word for word. So I agree with that completely, Perry. Dan, too bad you're not. I worked 11 hours yesterday, man. I wish I could. I really, really, really wish I could. I watched some Marvin Harrison highlights. I watched the clip of Miami throwing away the game. I wanted to watch the Red River rivalry. Always a good game. I saw Oklahoma won the game late. The quarterback from Oklahoma, I'm drawing a blank on his name, played a good game. I don't know how Tua's younger brother, the quarterback of Maryland, played, but I've heard some good things on him. Even though you don't, Perry, if you want some just really good football knowledge, follow my boy George on Twitter. Just top notch, dude. We have I find that hard to believe you only have one Spartan on the Lions. That is just so weird, man. I remember there was a time when there was a lot of Spartans on the Lions. There was like 6 or 7. There's like 6 or 7. So, no, it's not that dude. I think I'm subscribed to him, but it's not that dude. I don't want to, trash other people, but it pissed me off because he said he was going to come on and he didn't. Seriously, I probably shouldn't admit this, man, but I got thing for I like the tan, Asian. I like Asian, Colombian, Mexican. I find that stuff hot. Really do. Yeah, I like black hair. All right, so folks, we return. Oh man. We return back here. We're ready for kickoff. Tied up at 13, second half in Minneapolis, Chiefs and Vikings here. The kick is up, and we are starting with 1st and 10 at the 25, where Patrick Mahomes is going to come out. Travis Kelce is moving gingerly, but he's got his helmet on. It looks like he's going to play, so it doesn't look like it's a serious injury. I'm going to keep tabs on Mahomes because that knee to the back of his right knee looked like it bothered him a little bit. You don't want to see Mahomes ever get hit. So, and one thing is that the Vikings did not blitz a lot, but when they did, they were very effective. Mahomes shotgun formation, back to pass. He wants to go deep. Daniel Hunter gets there. Actually, Daniel Hunter gets there, but the sack's actually going to go to Davenport. Daniel Hunter, I think, beat Jawan Short badly. And even though Mahomes got away, but right into the arms of Davenport. Marcus Davenport was a free agent acquisition from the Saints. Questionable if he was going to play. And what they did is that they just did a stunt. And when Daniel Hunter went to the inside, beat Trey Smith there. But and Travis Kelce's on the sidelines here. Look, quick screen to Kadarius Toney, blown up immediately. Evans stopped him for no gain, so it's going to be a 3rd and long here. And Travis Kelce's got his helmet on, but it's going to be 3rd and 18. He's got his helmet on, but he's not on the field. He is not on the field. His ankle, it looks like it's his right ankle that's heavily taped, but he's not on the field right now. 3rd and 18, first drive of the second half here. Kansas City Chiefs trying to make something happen here. Mahomes in shotgun formation here, trips to the bottom of the screen. Sky Moore to the top here. Jared McKinnon to Mahomes left here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Nobody's covered Danielle Hunter. Mahomes goes deep. Justin Watson makes the catch at midfield. Catches the jump ball. Big play, Kansas City. Oh my, nobody blocked Danielle Hunter. Harrison Smith came in on the blitz. Both of them met Mahomes in the backfield. Mahomes just throws a Hail Mary. Bynum's in perfect position, but Justin Watson comes up with the jump ball at midfield. Big play, Kansas City. Just what the Chiefs needed. And it looks like Evans is down for the Vikings here. It is, I cannot pronounce that name. This is a former 4th-round pick out of Missouri, Akeem Evans, I'm going to say. He looks like he's down. He's been having a good game here. Justin Watson's now on the sidelines after that play, and we're going to go to a commercial timeout here, and I'm just jacked up. What a big play. Yeah, Denver Gator. There's very, very few people in the world that if they make a bet and I think something different, I go back and I double check if I really have a good rationale or logic behind it. But even if you don't like sports betting, I encourage you to follow George on Twitter, because here's a guy that's making $1,000 bets on games, and he's a guy that he knows his stuff. There's very few people that, when it comes to sports betting, that I defer to. George is one of them. I feel Holmes wants to build through the draft. Martin is a project. He'll take a few years to develop. Well, here's the deal. He may develop a lot faster than you think. He may be a guy next year, could be the guy. He's talented. I mean, he's really talented. So, yeah, I saw the highlights, and Cristobal Cristobal did not do a good job there. That was just comical, and it's a damn shame. You know how much I love Alex Van Dyke, and he's a guy that may want to. I think he's a junior. I could be wrong. I think he's a redshirt junior, so he may want to stay back this draft. But he doesn't really fit into the Cristobal offense. So, I'll hit you up. I'll let you know who it is. It really pissed me off though. Send me a link, and I'll if their stuff's good, I'll reach out to them. I'll reach out to them. Yeah, I'll reach out to him because I one of the things I'm trying to do is bring more guests on. It's always a lot more fun to do with somebody, and I want to get other opinions. And some of the shows I've done with guests, especially you know this, when Luke G's on, he's on fire. I love Luke G so much, and I haven't been back on this show to eat some crow. So we return back to action here. Kelsey's on the sideline loosening up, but he's not in the game here. Mahomes in shotgun formation. Pacheco to his right. It's going to be a draw right up the middle to Pacheco. Pacheco's going to corkscrew it. He got stuffed at the line of scrimmage, corkscrewed himself. Maybe a gain of 3, and he's motioning for a face mask. He's not going to get the call. So they're going to, I thought it was 2. They're going to give him 3. So it's going to be 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7 once play resumes here, and Travis Kelce's on the sidelines and looks like he's trying to get himself ready to go here. Mahomes shotgun formation, Pacheco to his left, trips at the bottom of the screen here. I can't tell who's on the top. Mahomes going downfield here, catches Rashid Rice, rookie out of SMU, for a first down. Nice job. Rashid Rice makes a nice catch away from the body here. Rashid Rice, when he gets into the open field, he's like a running back, and he's really fun to watch. He's really fun to watch. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 here, and Travis Kelce's still on the sidelines. It looks like he's trying to get himself ready to play. Looks like Rice is at the top of the screen, trips to the bottom here. A little quick out. Actually, it's Justin Ross, my mistake, and he gets the reception for a gain of 9. Justin Ross has not gotten a lot of playing time despite all the hype he's received this offseason, but when he comes in, he's made 2 excellent catches today. That was a nice 8-yard gain, so it's 2nd and short here for the Kansas City Chiefs. So 13-13, 2nd and 2 here for the Kansas City Chiefs and at the Minnesota 26-yard line here. So the Chiefs are well within field goal range here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, Pacheco to his left. Draw to Pacheco. He's going to power forward for a gain of 4. Powers forward, stopped after a 4-yard gain. Powers forward, moves the pile about 3 more yards. They're going to mark it at the 20. Isaiah Pacheco loses his helmet, but he's going to go ahead and get it and put the helmet back on, young man. You gotta play with the helmet. Don't you need your helmet? Hopefully you guys know what movie that's from. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. We are right at the red zone here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Can't tell. It's Sky Moore to the top. Mahomes to pass here. It's going to be MVS for it. Pushes aside the defensive back. Nice job. Just stiff arms the defensive back. I thought it was going to be a gain 8. Stiff arms the defensive back. Moves forward for 5 more yards for a Kansas City Chiefs first down. Nice play by Kansas City. Byron Murphy Jr., acquired in the offseason from Arizona, just throws him aside. Nice physical play by MVS here. Stopped short of a first down. Throws Byron Murphy down to the ground. Gets 4 more yards. Gets a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs. By the way, Patrick Mahomes 5 out of 5 for 66 yards this drive here. 1st and goal at the Vikings 8. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Goes in the end zone. Ooh, close. Bynum had good coverage on Rashid Rice, and that was a really, really nice play. Quick update in the desert. It's Bengals 24, Arizona 20. And Travis Kelce wants to go back on the field, but they're keeping him off right now. 2nd and goal here on the Minnesota 8-yard line. 10-18 left in the 3rd quarter here. Kansas City Chiefs. This is the Kansas City Chiefs opening possession of the 2nd half here. And Patrick Mahomes has players moving all around. Empty set, 2nd and 5. Kadarius Toney moves into the backfield. Patrick Mahomes goes slant route to Justin Ross, catches the ball at the 2-yard line, and they're going to call it an incomplete pass. Looked like a catch, but after that Justin Watson completion, I'm not going to complain here. And this is definitely it looked like he had it and then just bobbled it. So it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 8-yard line. Patrick Mahomes' first incompletion, second straight incompletion of this drive. Moves Watson to the top of the screen, trips to the top here. Noah Gray to the bottom. Patrick Mahomes throws it to Rashid Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City! Yes! Rashid Rice! Touchdown! Chiefs! Yes! Chiefs 19, Vikings 13. Rashee Rice's second touchdown of the year. Rashee Rice, just one-on-one coverage, just beats his man inside. Very nice play, very nice coverage, beautiful throw. Patrick Mahomes just threading the needle. Very nice catch. Rashee Rice, a big physical receiver. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's like a running back. Chiefs line up for an extra point to try to go up 7 here. 10-10 left in the third quarter here. And the kick is up. It is good. Kansas City Chiefs 20, Minnesota Vikings 13, 10-10 left in the third quarter. One Pride 40, yeah. I got a thing for, yeah, I like darker women. I've always liked darker women. Asian women. There's this one girl I used to work with, and I've seen her at the casino, and I actually think she's Australian. I didn't realize it until after I stopped working there, but like she had a thing for me, and we were on a softball team, and she would show up to the softball games. Like she wasn't a player, she just showed up, and it took. I didn't realize it, but afterwards they were like, Dan, she was there to see you, and you're being a pussy and didn't make a move. But I'm gonna have to go and she's got black hair, and she's from. I remember talking to her because I thought she was Asian, but she's from Australia. But she has that accent. By the way, if you don't know this, don't pick up. Or don't pick up blackjack dealers or bartenders or waitresses as general rule of thumb. But Pawnee's an exception, so I'll let you guys know. Yeah. I like my women I like my coffee Colombian. Never dated a Colombian. Linda, I remember. Okay, the name rings a bell. I'm just drawing a blank. If I remember right, if I'm looking at your picture, and I don't want to tell, but I think you do got a boatload of hair, just like me. But I'm going to tell you something, Perry. I'm going to tell you something. Salt and pepper hair on men is hot. Men only. I don't know. Keys! By the way, for those of you who don't know, Keys agreed to come on, unlike the vagina, who is the Vikings fan, who I'll let One Pride 40 know who he is, but unlike that vagina Vikings fan, Keys will make it. He said he's bringing it Tuesday. He said, watch your ass Tuesday. So he does. Mahomes needs to build more chemistry with Rice. It's just a timing thing. Justin Ross looks good. Rice looks good. These are just guys that need a little bit of time. Just things that need some time. I date black women. I have dated black women. Date's the wrong 4-letter word. It's been a while. Keys. It's this is what I say every show. All questions are answered and anything goes. That's what's been going on today. That's what's going on today. That's been going. That's what's going on today. So Chiefs are up 2013. Chiefs are getting ready to kick off here. 10-13 left in the third here. 10-10 left in the third, and Butker's going to kick it into the end zone for a touchback. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 when play resumes here. The Vikings are down 20-13. So the first play of the first drive of the second half results in the touchdown for Kansas City. So I don't remember Betty White when she had salt and pepper hair, but I still would. Here's the deal: salt and pepper hair is sexy on a man. It's not on a woman. So 1st and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings. Cousins in shotgun formation. Madison to his right here. He's going to motion Irv Smith to the top of the screen here, going to try to hit TJ Hawkinson across the seam. Incompletion. It's going to be 2nd and 10 there. Okay, I shared them. All right, thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, you know what? It's kind of interesting because no team has blitzed more than the Vikings, but they haven't blitzed much. But when they came with the blitz in the second quarter, they were highly effective. He's doing a lot of stunting. not a lot of blitzing, which is something different. Of course, Mahomes very good against the blitz. Hand off to Madison to the top of the screen. Drew Tranquil with the tackle here after a gain of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and about 7 once play resumes. So Betty White was never not sexy. I will disagree with that. I also shared my One Pride OnlyFans is coming soon. So that's not good, man. The OnlyFans or the blitzing. So 3rd and 7 for the Minnesota Vikings here. Chiefs are up 20-13 as we go under 9.5 minutes here. Play clock is going down to under 5, and it looks like we're going to see a stoppage of play. I believe it's the Vikings are well, actually, you know what, Keys? I think Tranquil's played pretty good so far, but I really am very, very excited when Nick Bolton comes back. I don't exactly know. I should, but I don't know when he's playing, when he's going to come back. But he's had a good game. Tranquil's had a good game. And this offseason, I was kind of surprised when he signed a 2-year, I think it's $2-year, $8 million deal. I thought it was a lot for a player who's not going to be playing that well. Oh, no. Yeah, the stumbling. Yeah, he did stumble a little bit. But that's okay, though. I mean, we're looking at 3rd and 7, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I missed that. So if you tuned in, I don't know if you got to catch the whole game or not, Keys. Kelsey tweaked his ankle. He's trying to get back on the field, but he has, since he tweaked his ankle, he hasn't played. Mahomes hurt his knee earlier, but I think he's fine. And I didn't notice the Tranquil injury. I didn't notice Tranquil being gingerly hurt. So Jets 15, Denver 13, as we are seeing one of the highest scoring baseball games of the year. What a weird game, Jets and Broncos, man. I've been watching the whole game. Okay. All right. Hey, man, thank you. By the way, Keys, I cannot thank you enough for tuning into the game, man. I appreciate everything. It's a great game. And I've been telling everybody, you are coming Tuesday, and unlike the Vagina Vikings fan, Keys will definitely be there, and he's bringing it. He's definitely bringing it. This is a key 3rd down, folks. It's going to be a 3rd and 7 for the Vikings here. Cousins in shotgun formation, empty formation, trips to the bottom of the screen, 2 wide receivers to the top here. Cousins back to pass, wants to go deep, trying for Jefferson, almost picked off here. And by the way, excellent coverage by second-year player Trent McDuffie with him step for step. What a great job here by Kansas City Chiefs secondary as they force a quick 3 and out here. And by the way, this is very close to an interception. Great play by Edwards coming over on the other side. So Bryce Hall, 130 yards running. Holy shit. Wow. By the way, thanks for the update, man. I appreciate that. I love Bryce Hall, man. So Vikings back to punt here after a quick 3 and out. They're going to give the Chiefs an opportunity to get 2 scores here. The Chiefs are going to take the punt at the 15, going outside to the bottom of the screen, going to be forced out at around the 20 or 25 yard line here. And I apologize, I didn't catch it. So I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that one, Pride. Honestly, I will say this: as a Chiefs season ticket holder, Vikings fans were one of my favorites. They showed up. They were nothing but class. A couple of them sat right behind me, and they explained the skull chant. There was a couple of drunk girls in front of us that told them to shut the fuck up, and I apologized to them. And they're like, hey, they're just here having a good time. And when you're told shut the fuck up for yelling at a game, but those 2 girls sucked, by the way. Like, it was really bad. I do too, man. I like the guy. I think he's done an excellent job. Excellent job. Quick score update here in LA. We are now in the 4th quarter, 12:29 in the 4th quarter. Eagles are up 20-14. We are starting the 4th quarter in the desert. Bengals 24, Cardinals 20. A crazy game in Mile High, or whatever they want to call it now, 18-13. And, of course, we have Chiefs 20, Vikings 13. Clean house, no. But I do think that I think Cousins is under contract just for one more season. If they have a bad season, because this is a good draft for a quarterback, I expect them to draft a quarterback and either redshirt him or move on from Cousins and build a team kind of like what Houston or Carolina's doing, or I could say Indianapolis as well. But it wouldn't surprise me if you move on from Cousins and replace the quarterback. But they got some young talent. I mean, you got Justin Jefferson, who for me is the best receiver in the National Football League. Daniel Hunter's a guy that you really should build around. Like, that is a definite guy. It wouldn't surprise me if you move on from Harrison Smith. I don't know the contract situation, but I mean, he's a guy who's playing really, really well, but he's 33 right now. I mean, still one of the best safeties in football. But you got some young talent. I don't think you clean house. I mean, Kevin O'Connell's second year, he'll be just fine. He'll be just fine. I think you could move on from your quarterback. And then because he's making a lot of money, you bring in a young quarterback, you bring in some additional pieces. So Travis Kelce's back in the game here. It's going to be 1st and 10, 9-12 left in the third quarter. Chiefs are up 20-13. They're going to get the ball at the 26-yard line here. Mahomes in shotgun formation, back to pass, a little quick slip screen to Kadarius Toney, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of 4. Very, very nice play by Abram. Abram's been everywhere today. Abram's been everywhere. Great game by Abram here, and he stops Kadarius Toney after a gain of 3. I thought it was 4. They're going to call it 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7 here. Patrick Mahomes, 22 out of 31, 220, and a touchdown. Travis Kelce is back in the game here. He's at the bottom of the screen. They're going to motion him out towards the bottom here. Pacheco's to Mahomes' left. Patrick Mahomes back to pass, goes across the middle of the field, catches the ball, and it's, oh, God, as Justin Ross, I was talking about him, had the ball for a first down catch and just dropped it. It hit him right on the 8, and this is a bad drop. I was just talking about Justin Ross, and this is a really bad drop. This is a really, really bad drop. This is a first down, so instead of 1st and 10, we're looking at 3rd and 7. So, 3rd and 7 for Mahomes here. We're going to have Jared McKinnon check into the game. Trips at the bottom of the screen where Travis Kelce is. Sky Moore to the top. Patrick Mahomes shotgun back to pass. Scrambling around. Drops it off. Oh, my God. Is this a pick or is this an interception? I thought this was a circus catch. Instead, this is a interception by the Vikings. Oh, my God. We're going to find out here because it looked like this was a great catch by Travis Kelce and the ball was stripped out of his hand, but then the Vikings player started running down. I think this is an amazing catch by Travis Kelce, and we're going to take a look at this again in replay. The ball was stripped out when Kelce was down, so it's definitely not an interception. We're going to find out here because I think it's going to end up they're going to look at this, but it does look like it's a catch. This does look like a catch, and they're originally going to call it a catch and a first down for the Kansas City Chiefs, and I believe Kevin O'Connell has thrown the challenge flag, so we're looking at challenge here. With the play stoppage here, we're going to go 20-13, 7:55 left in the third. Vikings offense looks like they definitely have the pieces minus a more legit running back. I expect Flores to have that D getting progressively better as the season's going along. I agree completely with you. They just traded for Cam Akers, who's been playing just a little bit. I think he'll get more and more playing time. He'll eventually be the starting running back. He's a guy I loved. I had him ranked higher than CEH, of course. But this feels like a game where the coaching staff has put more into Thursday's game since it's ended. Absolutely. So here's the deal, Keys. I said this earlier. Chiefs lose this game is not that big of a deal because the only team with 4 wins in the AFC is the Miami Dolphins, and the Chiefs will play the Dolphins in a couple weeks in Germany. But if the Vikings lose this game, the Lions are 4-1. The Vikings will be 1-4. Now they play the Lions twice the final 3 weeks of the season, but 5 weeks into the season and you're 3 games behind Detroit, that's a problem. That's a big problem. So this game's much more important to the Minnesota Vikings than it is for the Kansas City Chiefs, because Kansas City Chiefs go 3-2. They're still in the lead in the AFC West. They're still in great position to get the number 1 seed. Keep in mind, we're going to play the Dolphins in a couple of weeks, and Dolphins currently have the best record in the AFC at 4-1. So if the Chiefs go to 3-2, it's not that big of a deal. The Vikings go to 1-4 with the Lions winning today. That's huge. That's huge. So it's much, much, much more important game for the Vikings. Plus, they're at home. Brees Hall 7 yards from 150 yards. Holy shit, man! Meaning I'm not seeing something I expect to see as they had a focused game plan on this game. I get what you're saying. And I do think that they're going to put a lot of emphasis on Denver. One thing I do expect from Kansas City is not to overlook the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos have played Kansas City tough. They just haven't gotten a win. And Denver knows that by beating the Chiefs, that alleviates a lot of pressure and tension. So Denver's got this game circled. I don't know. I agree completely, Keys. I agree completely. Keys says if he loses this challenge, having one timeout could really come back to hurt. Absolutely, it could. And this to me looks like a catch. So, what do you think the way that Bryce Young and CJ are playing in their first year so far? Well, Bryce Young, I have some questions. Not the height, but the weight. Can he stay healthy? And he missed a game by injury earlier. And the Vikings lose the challenge. It is going to stay a catch. CJ Stroud, and I know they lost the game, but I'm really impressed with what I've seen from him so far. Anthony Richardson did not finish the game. I know the Colts won. I don't know the extent of the injury, but we're 5 games into a season, and he's been injured in 3 of them. Yeah. I was too. I was hoping so too, but yeah, I agree completely. Keys, goddamn, Keys on fire today. Kelsey, 6 catches, 36 yards. Patrick Mahomes, 23 out of 33 for 224 and a touch. Yeah. Kevin O'Connell, some bad coaching there. That was a bad move. And Kadarius Toney takes the shotgun snap, and they do a motion with Pacheco from the bottom of the screen here, and it's a gain of 1. So Kadarius Toney, a former high school quarterback before he came to the University of Florida, takes the shotgun snap here. Yeah, Toney Wildcat. Chiefs are having some fun here. It's 2nd and 9 here. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation here. I can't tell. Looks like 2 tight ends. No, it's 3 tight ends set with MVS at the bottom of the screen. They motion Kelsey to the bottom here. Quick throw to Kelsey. Kelsey's going to put his shoulder down. Bynum makes the stop short of the first down here. And Kelsey doesn't look 100%, but it was a nice play here by Mahomes and Kelsey. And what it was a little kind of a cat and mouse game, as Kelsey kind of looked like he was going to be a decoy. And Patrick Mahomes gets hit at the end of the play. Just knocked down a little bit. So total yards this quarter, Kansas City Chiefs 100, Minnesota 3. This is going to be 3rd and 2 here. Kansas City Chiefs up 20-13 on the 49-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. He's going to go around to the right side, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And I apologize, it was 49 of the Vikings. So it's going to be a 4th down. Very nice play by the Vikings here. And Andy Reid looks like he's going to go for it. So it's 4th and 1 around midfield. And, Keys, I agree completely. This is going to be a good one. This is a good one. This is a very, very, very good one. And by the way, one pride, I hate you for it, but it's a good one. All right, 4th and 1 at the Vikings 47-yard line. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to line up in 13 formation. It's going to be a fake handoff here. Chiefs want to go deep. Patrick Mahomes is going to fire deep downfield, and MVS, it's incomplete, but it's definitely flagged here. And by the way, Harrison Smith is arguing with the referee that he's being pushed off. This is pass interference all day long. And what the Chiefs were doing on this play is that they're trying to do play action, hoping that Minnesota would commit to the run. When they didn't commit to the run, Mahomes just threw the ball up in the air, hoping for either a penalty or a punt-like situation. It's a play. By the way, Harrison Smith did get caught from behind. And by the way, I understand now looking at the replay because MVS kind of tackled him on the way down. But this is pass interference all day long. So it's going to be 1st and 10 inside the red zone on the Minnesota Vikings 17-yard line. Here, Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, handoff to Pacheco right up the middle. Stopped originally, but powers forward and then gets spun down forward for an additional gain. There's a flag on the play here. We're going to see what this flag is. Very sloppily officiated game. Lots of flags. Really inconsistent here. We're going to have a personal foul here, chop block against the Chiefs here, so it's going to be moved back. By the way, One Pride, I'm going to come back to this. I got this starred. I'm definitely coming back to this. This is a good one. Yeah. I don't know about that chop block. I don't know. Cup and Puka. Yeah, I'm not sure what the score is on that game, so it's going to be 1st and 25. It is a ballsy throw. Well, it's 4th down, so worst case scenario, even if it's intercepted, But yeah, I love it. 1st and 25 at the Vikings 32-yard line. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. A little quick throw to Travis Kelce at the 25, just dives down here. So it's going to be a gain of about 7. The main thing Kansas City Chiefs want to do right now is make sure they put points on the board to make this a 2-score game and put a lot of pressure on the Vikings. So we're coming down to 5 minutes in the third quarter here. Kansas City Chiefs are up 20-13. Patrick Mahomes, 25 out of 35 for 240 and a touchdown. Kelce, 8 catches, 52 yards. 2nd and 17 from just inside the 25 of the Minnesota Vikings here. Isaiah Pacheco's to his left here. Looks like they're going to set up the screen to the top. Pacheco bounces to the outside. It's going to power forward. He was originally stopped at about the 20, powered forward for another 5 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and long still, but the Chiefs are in really good situation to get a very short field goal, possibly a 1st down. We'll have to see here, but it's going to be 3rd and about 10. Pacheco's having a great couple of games. He was MVP last week, and he's having a great week this week. I'd almost say he's underused, but really great game. 3rd and 8 for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to let Pacheco or Jared McKinnon's going to check in here. The Vikings showing blitz. They back out. Patrick Mahomes pump fake here. Scrambles. He's going to throw the ball late. Caught by Kelce. 1st down, Kansas City. What a great play by Kansas City. They put 7 in the box, backed out. They only brought 4. Patrick Mahomes was scrambling around. Looked like he was going to run, and the Vikings were ready for that. Travis Kelce comes back to the middle of the field, catches the ball, and gets a 1st down. This is just unscripted. This is just street ball between Mahomes and Kelce. What a great job. 1st and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs on the 4-yard line. They're going back to 13 personnel with Kadarius Toney at the bottom of the screen here. Isaiah Pacheco is going to get the handoff right up the middle. He stopped at the line of scrimmage, but powered forward maybe for a gain of 1. Oh, God, another good one. Oh, God. I'm saving these. We're going to touch base on them. I'm wait till commercial break because these are good. These are all good, and I kind of want to go into some detail. Oh, Perry, yeah, completely. Actually, they're going to give Pacheco no gain here. They're going to call it 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Travis Kelce, MVS, and Justin Watson at the bottom of the screen. Sky Moore to the top here. Travis Kelce, touchdown, Kansas City! And I think this is just a blown coverage from the Vikings. Is what they were doing is they were motioning Kelce in, back, out, and for some reason or another, no defensive back stayed with Kelce. Kelce gets the touchdown. Kansas City Chiefs 26, Vikings 13. And nice job by Kansas City. And what they did, the little motion, and what they did is the guy that was going to be covering Kelce blitzed. The defensive back didn't catch on that he was supposed to cover Kelce. Basically, it's a blown coverage. Kansas City Chiefs 26, Vikings 13 with the kick looming. There is 2:45 left in the third. Kick is up, and it is good. Chiefs will take a 2-touchdown lead late in the third. Chiefs 27, Vikings 13. I'm going to save your comment here because I want to touch base on this. No. He's saying he's starting Reed. He's not cutting. He's cutting Atwater. So we're a commercial break here. I'm going to touch base on this one. This is so hard because prime Butkus is as good as it gets. Some people have told me, not like personally, but I've seen like old time. I watch a ton of old time clips. A lot of people claim William Lanier is the best middle linebacker to ever play. In the 60s, he was 6'3", 240, which is the size of a lineman. He could run like a defensive back. So we're back to play here. I thought it was going to be a longer commercial break. So they're going to kick off here. It's going to go back in the end zone. So when play resumes here, it's going to be a Vikings ball, Chiefs up 27-13. Oh, man, I love it when Keys admits that he's wrong. So oh, God, man. Keys, I cannot tell you how happy I am to have you in the chat. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 25-yard line here. 2:45 left in the third. Vikings down by 2 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins under center here. Justin Jefferson at the bottom of the screen here. Fake screen pass to Justin Jefferson. They tried to run the ball for a gain of 1. And Justin Watson in on the tackle. And nice job by Kansas City not falling for it. What it was that it was a fake screen to Justin Jefferson. Then they were going to try to catch the Chiefs off guard and try to run the ball at the middle. Didn't work at all. And I thought it was a gain of 1. It's actually going to be a gain of none. They're going to call it 2nd and 10 as the Chiefs are ready here. The Vikings trying to speed things up just a little bit. 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen here. 2 tight ends are in a motion. Hawkinson to the bottom here. Play action pass. Cousins has time. Throws and catches KJ Osborne at the 36-yard line. It's going to be for a first down. Nice job by the Minnesota Vikings here. Going play action pass and then going away from Justin Jefferson trying to get KJ Osborne because it looks like the Chiefs are going to bracket Justin Jefferson, which is exactly what I would do. So, Keys, you're 100% correct. Bengals, Bills, and Eagles fans out there. Yeah. No, that looked painful, man. We are inside 130 here. Cousins under center here. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen. Play action pass here. Cousins going up top to Hawkinson. Nice play. That's a nice catch by Hawkinson inside Chiefs territory. It's a gain of about 20 as he gets tackled at around the 45-yard line. Very nice play by Hawkinson. Very nice over-the-shoulder catch. Justin Watson was in excellent position. And I'm kind of surprised by the play calling, but I have to admit it's effective here. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the Chiefs 44-yard line. Cousins back to pressure, and gets rid of the ball quickly to Cam Akers for a gain of about 3. Drew Tranquil on the tackle. Mike Hanna for the Chiefs almost got the sack here as the Chiefs are bringing in some extra pass rushers or some backup pass rushers there. So, but it's a gain of 3 here. So it's a 2nd and 7 here on the Chiefs 41-yard line. Now they go shotgun formation trips to the bottom of the screen here. They're going to put in Cam Akers here, and Cam Akers gets the handoff and gets I think enough for a first down. If he doesn't get the first down, it's going to be a 3rd and inches. It depends on where they mark it at, and Cam Akers is getting up gingerly, and it looks like they're not going to get a play off before the end of the 3rd quarter. Well, actually, it's going to be 3rd and short. They're going to do the scrum play. Cousins powers forward for a first down. That's going to be the final play of the first half. So on 3rd and short, the Vikings do get the first down. So as we enter the 4th quarter here, it's going to be Chiefs 27, Vikings 13 at the end of 3. I'm gonna get back to that. So The way the NFL is now, guys like Lott, LT, Lewis would be as good as they were. Absolutely. Here's the deal with Ronnie Lott. A lot of people forget this. Ronnie Lott was a Pro Bowl corner when he entered the NFL. Okay, he was a Pro Bowl corner. He was a Pro Bowler as a rookie, and his second year as a rookie, he won Super Bowl 16 as a starter. It was him and Eric Wright. He was a first-round pick out of USC. I forget the college Eric Wright went to. They were both drafted, started at day one on each corner. Both went to the Pro Bowl. And the 49ers won Super Bowl 16. As his career went on, now he was a two-time Super Bowl winner at corner, but as his career went on, he was being less and less effective. So they made the move to move Ronnie Lott from corner to safety. And the thing is that's really overlooked about Ronnie Lott is he had excellent ball skills, and he could still cover. I mean, he could still cover, but he's known for his hitting. But I never, even though Lott was vicious, I never thought Ronnie Lott was dirty. Never thought Ronnie Lott was dirty. LT in today's game. Now, part of what made LT great was he had Bill Belichick as defensive coordinator and Bill Parcells as his head coach. And those guys were smart enough to let the talent flourish. They kind of just invented a position for him. Now, keep in mind the 3-4 defense has been around for a long time, but they let him do things that was kind of unconventional at the time. In today's game, they would line them up all over the field. Depends on who you got, but I mean, LT, even with a bad defensive coordinator, could play defensive end and still rush the passer. And in any era, LT would be dominant. Ray Lewis, excellent against the pass. Early in his career, he played at around 250, 255 and was more of a thumper, but could still cover the pass. Later in his career, he lost weight so he could, maintain speed and quickness and was still really good against the pass. Those three guys would be good anytime, any era. Yeah, I know. he's had one, and the problem is the Vikings offensive line is a little banged up. But we still have a fourth quarter, so yeah. Jones is a good player. The thing is he is 30, and that's exactly. And you're 100% correct, all those guys. And I saved those comments, One Pride. I will touch base on them before I end the show. 1st and 10 from the Chiefs' 33-yard line here. Cousins back to pass, play action pass. He's going to throw it to the screen, overthrows Justin Jefferson. And I don't think this would have went anywhere because Justin Reed and Willie Gay were right around there. They read this perfectly. So what they did is they motioned Justin Jefferson from the bottom of the screen to the top, and they're trying to set up the screen, and it was not going to work. So even though it was a bad throw, Justin Jefferson, wouldn't have gotten anything. By the way, Justin Jefferson, 28 receiving yards today. So you have him on fantasy football. He's struggling early. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings here. Cousins in shotgun formation, play action pass, pump fake. And he goes to the middle of the screen, gets KJ Osborne, who's going to be tackled by Trent McDuffie right around the 19. I think they're going to call it 3rd and short here. He's really close to the first down. He's about 6 inches short here. They're going to call it 3rd and 1. They're lining up for what looks like to be a scrum play, and Cousins is going to power forward for a first down here. They're trying to mark it, but it looks like he's about 6 inches past the first down marker. So it's going to be 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Minnesota Vikings here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line as we tick down to inside 14 minutes of the fourth quarter. Chiefs are up 27-13 because of a timeout early and a failed challenge. The Vikings only have one timeout. This is going to cause a problem. This could potentially cause a problem. We'll wait and see here. 1st and 10 in the red zone here. I'm sorry. I thought it was the 18. I got it wrong. I'm 23-yard line. Chiefs showing blitz here. Cousins in shotgun formation or motioning TJ Hawkinson from the bottom to the mid to screen to the bottom. Gets one-on-one against, that was Oliver, not TJ Hawkinson. So what they did on this play was a little creative. They had 2 tight ends to the bottom of the screen. They motioned Hawkinson to the middle of the almost to the center, and then they motion him back down, but they're trying to isolate Oliver 101, not Hawkinson. So I made an error there, but kind of a nice play design to take a shot there. 2nd and 10 here for the Vikings here. 13:39 left in the game. Chiefs 27, Vikings 13. Shotgun formation, and they're bringing pressure. A quick throw by Cousins to TJ Hawkinson for a gain of 4. Willie Gay wrapped up on him almost instantly. They brought pressure. They were successful in bringing the pressure, and he did find his outlet in Hawkinson, but it's only a gain of 4, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 here. 3rd and 6. So, yeah, both those guys. Yeah, well, there's a lot of players. As a matter of fact, it wouldn't surprise me if Patrick Peterson does the same thing. Empty formation, the biggest third down in the game here. Empty formation, Kirk Cousins in shotgun here. KJ Osborne, I can't tell who's there also, trips at the top of the screen here. And it's an errant pass. This is not a good throw. It's going to be 4th and 6. It'll be very interesting to see what the Vikings do here because they went for it earlier. They punted earlier. They could kick a field goal very easily. FAU, Chiefs' first-round pick, put some pressure on Cousins and it looks like they're going to go for it. Biggest play of the game so far easily here. 4th and 6 for the Minnesota Vikings. Just inside the 20 here. Chiefs up by 2 touchdowns, 12:55 left in the 4th. At the Chiefs' 19-yard line, 4th and 6. Cousins in shotgun formation. Cam Akers to his right. They're motioning Hawkinson to the top of the screen, down to the slot. He's got time, and he's got who is that? That's Jordan Addison. First down at the 9. Big play by Jordan Addison and Cousins. Biggest 4th down. Biggest play of the game. And the Chiefs did get pressure on Cousins, but Jordan Addison ran a nice comeback route, one-on-one against Justin Watson, gets the first down. And it's going to be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Jordan Addison's outplaying Justin Jefferson today, 5 receptions, 58 yards, and a touchdown. So 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. And Justin Jefferson's now on the sideline, and he is limping gingerly. I can't tell what's going on with him. Kirk Cousins back to pass, a quick screen, and it's going to be a touchdown. They just put Madison out in the flat, and nobody covered him, so the Vikings get a quick touchdown here. It's going to be 27-19 as we wait for the extra point here. So Chiefs 27, Vikings 19, 12-11 left in the 4th, and folks, we got a ball game. Nobody said this was going to be a blowout. Nobody said this is going to be a blowout. Nobody's saying that this is a blowout. So 27-19 as we await the extra point. The extra point's up and good. 27-20. 12-11 left in the 4th. And we're going to approach commercial break. When we talk about players from the past, and we talk about their physical and technical ability then as a fixed thing, I always, when I look at players from the past, I always kind of adjust. Like somebody like Jim Brown, who's 225, 230, could he be 240 and just as fast today? Like one thing Jim Brown used to do is he never drank water the whole game because he thought it slowed him down. Well, he has enough intelligence to know that he would have done the research and figured out the water would rehydrate him and then energize him. But it also was his mental toughness too, that, hey, I don't have to drink water and I can do push-ups on the sidelines and things like that. So I always kind of take an adjustment. Jack Lambert played at 215. Could he be at 225 or 230 today? I think he could easily. When I bring up a guy like Willie Lanier is 240, could Willie Lanier be 250 today? Absolutely. So it was in our playbook and the Chiefs wanted to use it, but Mahomes dislocated his kneecap. So the Chiefs were like, nope. For me, start like this, trade Lambert, cut Lanier. That is so hard because I would probably do the same thing, but I'd argue in certain defenses Lanier is better than Lambert. Lanier is about 30 pounds heavier, just as fast, maybe faster. So that's hard, but Butkus is easily a starter. Montana, Kelly, Dan Marino. Oh, God. Marino especially, Perry. Oh, yeah. FAU. I get it. This is another good one. If Jeffrey, yeah, I know they got a touchdown there, but I would do the same thing. Oh God, yeah, exactly. Keys, 100%. We got the offensive line to do it all day, and that's why we did that Blake Bell thing. I think we stopped doing that, but yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. And our interior offensive lines, I think our interior three is the best in the league. I really, really do. So, all right, as we are returning from commercial break, as we are returning from commercial break here, the Vikings are going to kick off. The Kansas City Chiefs have a 27-20 lead with 12:11 left in the final period. As I said before, with the Lions winning today, this is such a big game for the Minnesota Vikings. A loss today doesn't really affect the Kansas City Chiefs that much, but it hurts their positioning for home field. This one doesn't go in the end zone. It's going to be returned at the 15 to 20 to 25. Squirts outside to around the 28-yard line, so it's going to be first and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at about the 28-yard line. Jim Brown is exactly – here's the thing. Jim Brown was a phenomenal receiver, but they didn't throw the ball to the backs back then. But when Jim Brown retired, he had more receptions than any other running back. He had great hands. So, I mean, he would be used in the passing game a lot more in today's game. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation, handoff to Pacheco. He slips but powers forward, gets a gain of 3, maybe 4. We're going to see where it goes here. Last year, Vikings, you've said that. I don't know personally because I watched that game against Buffalo where they came back 27-10. That was really, really, really good. That was a good game. I think they're not a bad team, but they're better than the 1-4 team. Probably not as good as the 13-14. They're going to call it 2nd and 7, so it's a short 7, long 6. Patrick Mahomes shotgun snap, quick throw to Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney stopped, corkscrews, and gets himself. They're going to mark it. First down, Kansas City. Nice play by Kadarius Toney. Caught the ball about 2 yards short, corkscrewed inside, and ended up getting the first down as Pace actually spun him down, the linebacker for the Vikings actually spun him down, so the Chiefs get a first down out of the play here. Kadarius Toney, however, is leaving the field, and it looks like he's banged up. Play resumes here. It's going to be Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation, Pacheco to his left, handoff to Pacheco. He's going to go to right side, squirts past the line of scrimmage into the Vikings backfield there. Going to get a gain of 8 here. Nice play by Pacheco. Yeah, I'm wondering if it is a field issue, Keys. I will say this here. Yeah, your team's pretty good. Some of the wide receiver running this version are looking pretty good. Yeah. I was happy with seeing of Rice, Toney, Sky Moore. I don't think it's caught a ball yet. And even though Justin Ross dropped that pass, the 2 receptions he had were pretty damn good. Handoff to Pacheco right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of 1. The good news is it's going to be 3rd and very, very short as we are going inside of 10 minutes. The one thing the Kansas City Chiefs want to do besides score is that they want to go ahead and eat up as much clock as they possibly can. So what the Chiefs want to do is eat up a lot of clock and then make it a 2-score game, because you put the Vikings in a situation where they will have to pass the ball, make them one-dimensional, and then you can get a little creative here. As Keys brought up, it's been Chris Jones has been kind of quiet today. 3rd and 1 for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. He's stopped behind the line of scrimmage here. It's going to be 4th down here. Great job by the Vikings defense here. The Chiefs lined up, just Mahomes under center, Pacheco by himself. It wasn't anything overly creative, kind of unusual for an Andy Reid offense, but 4th and 1, what the Chiefs did is just try to power forward with Pacheco, who's had a really, really good game, but Pacheco was not able to get past line of scrimmage. 4th and 1 on their own 46. The Kansas City Chiefs offense is still on the field, and the Vikings are going to call their final timeout. If you're wondering if this is a real thing or if the Chiefs are trying to get the Vikings to burn the timeout, I think that what you're going to see right now is that this is a chess match. The Chiefs wanted to see if the Vikings would burn the timeout, and then I fully expect the Chiefs are going to punt the ball right here. I don't think the Chiefs are really going to go for it. Perry, you're preaching to the choir, brother. And by the way, they're going to punt the ball, Keys. I'm telling you this right now. No, I actually think there was an attempt to get them to try to use the timeout. I think it was tried to get them, it affects their play calling by getting rid of the timeout. But on 4th and 1, we're going to see the offense on the field. But here, I think we're going to see the Chiefs just try to get the Vikings offsides. I don't really think the Chiefs are going to go for it here. I really don't. But we're going to find out. Chiefs lined up in 13 personnel, motion Tony from the bottom of the screen to the top here. Pacheco is behind Mahomes here. Now they're in a motion Tony to the fullback position here, and Patrick Mahomes is going to walk around and exactly here. And Patrick Mahomes is going to run to the top of the screen here. It looks like he's going to line up at wide receiver here, and they are going to let time expire and take a delay of game penalty. And that's exactly what this was here. I think it was just try to get them offside. So what the Chiefs did is, and they're going to call, delay of game, not a problem. So what they did is they got the Vikings to use their final timeout. So, yeah, you nailed it. Perry, I 100% agree. I don't like the fake grass. It's so much. I mean, I get the logic behind it. I remember the Chiefs had that old school AstroTurf. I took a field trip. It's spongy. It's like a track. It's like a track. It really is if you've ever been on a track. And by the way, there are fewer injuries on that AstroTurf than there is on that fake grass, believe it or not. Chiefs are lining up the punt here. 9:05 left in the fourth quarter. Chiefs up 27-20. The punt is away here. It is a high booming punt, and it's going to go back into the end zone. So it's going to be 8:55 left in the fourth quarter here. It's going to be a touchback. Vikings are going to get the ball on the 25-yard line. The CFL team in my city play on an outdoor field. Oh, Lord, you're in Florida, man. Yeah, fake grass and the grass raised everywhere, but it's just not any good. Not any good. With the commercial break here, I'm going to go over some of these here. Willie Lanier is so good, and there's so many different things. If you're running a 3-4 defense, I would take Lanier. A 4-3 defense, I'd probably go. Lambert. One thing about Lambert and Lanier is both these guys are two of the smartest men alive. Lambert had a lot of length, and he was so intimidating because he had these giant shoulder pads. He was always moving. He was always near the line of scrimmage. He was always scaring people. Willie Lanier was the size of a lineman. People don't realize how just big, strong, fast he was. I mean, watch some old clips. He looks like he wore 63. He looked like a freaking center. Just so much speed and power. Yeah. This one's a little easier. I still would start Lott. I would trade Reed and I'd cut Atwater. Atwater's really good, not on the same level. Yeah, I'm doing. I get that. I have no problem with that. I love Lott. Terry Bradshaw, Montana, and Favre. To me, this is kind of easy, but a little fun. I love Favre. The playing consecutive game streak. I know one guy who made it sound like it's nothing. It's not that big of a deal. I think it's a huge deal. 17 or 18 straight seasons. You could count them for every single day. He can make throws that maybe only 5 or 6 other quarterbacks in NFL history can make. But ultimately, Montana, top 5 of all time. I did my list, top 10 quarterbacks of all time. I had Montana at 3, Favre at 8, and Bradshaw didn't make the list. So, yeah, I agree. I get it. Yeah. By the way, we might beat Baltimore. Wilson, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Actually, it's at the 20, so it's 1st and 10 at the 20. Play action pass for Cousins. He's going to check down to Madison here. Madison quickly brought down. They're going to throw a flag, but you can tackle a player by the hair. So what happened is Trent McDuffie pulled him down by his hair. I think they're calling the flags. It looks like a horse collar, but it's not a horse collar. It's perfectly legal to grab a player by the hair and pull him down. Instead, it's a false start. It's actually a legal formation. Christian Darrisaw lining up behind the line here. Kind of interesting. We haven't seen that from Jawan Short. So it was Jack Lambert had his teeth missing. So Jack Lambert had the teeth missing, not Lanier. So it's going to be 1st and 15 here for the Vikings here. Play clock is going under 8:30 here. 1st and 15. Cousins in shotgun formation. He's at Madison to his right. Justin Jefferson to the no, it's not Justin Jefferson. I'm sorry. Pass across the center of the field. It was tipped and almost picked off. And Chris Jones got some pressure on Cousins there. And TJ Hawkinson is still down. And what happened is the Chiefs just brought 4, and Chris Jones almost got back, almost got a sack anyway. Hawkinson, they were trying to get Hawkinson the ball here, and the ball, as he was catching the ball, Justin Reed hit him, and the ball ricocheted up in the air. That's always dangerous for the offense when you see the ball ricochet up in the air. Luckily for the Vikings, it went down incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 15, and Hawkinson is shaken up on the play. Justin Reed put a hit on him. Justin Reed did put a hit on him. So it's going to be 2nd and 15. Only 8:20 left in the 4th quarter. Folks, we got a fun one, man. We got a fun one. 2nd and 15 here, 8:20 left. I would say the Dome Patrol is the best linebacker crew of all time. I love the Dome Patrol, but yeah, the 90s linebackers. Oh God, yeah, those were good. Shotgun formation, Kirk Cousins back to pass here. He's going to throw the ball short. Addison's going to get a 7-yard reception here, so it's going to be 3rd and long here. Jordan Addison's having a nice game here. A 1st-round pick out of USC, started his career at Pittsburgh, transferred to USC, won the Biletnikoff Award as I believe as a sophomore at Pittsburgh. Lots of talent, and I think he's in the right spot. And I apologize because I can't tell if Justin Jefferson's out there or not. He is not. So they're going without Justin Jefferson. So Addison will be the number 1 guy here. Addison goes from the top of the screen to the bottom. So trips to the bottom here. Cousins back to pass, throws the ball, hits Powell for a 1st down. Nice job by Powell. Snead drags him down after a gain of 10. So very big 3rd down remaining, or 3rd down completion for the Vikings here as they get a crucial 3rd down here. It's going to be a 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, going under 7:20 in the 4th quarter. Kansas City Chiefs 27, Vikings 20. Cousins back to pass, throws the ball quickly. The backup tight end, I apologize, I did not see who it is, but he got a 1st down here, and Cousins is motioning. They want to go to a hurry-up offense here, and that's Munt. Actually, technically the 3rd-string tight end. So Hawkinson's hurt, and Justin Jefferson's hurt. So their top 2 guys, receiving-wise, are hurt. Handoff to, hand off to Madison, and he powers forward for a gain of 4. He was hit and then powered forward for another couple of yards. Nice run. Actually, they're going to call it 2nd and 5 as we are under 6:30 left in the game. We're at midfield here. Kirk Cousins in shotgun formation here. 2 wide receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Cousins wants to go deep. He's going to throw the ball. KJ Osborne at the 30 to the 25, cuts back inside. It's going to be tackled inside the 25-yard line. First down, big play by the Vikings. So when Cousins stepped up, he had room to run, made a wise choice to look for the open wide receiver here. And what KJ Osborne did, normally wide receivers, I encourage them to run around. KJ Osborne just stood still as Cousins was running around. That way he'd have a fixed point of what to throw to. And nailed it for a big catch and run here, big completion. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line as we are under 5:40 left in the game here. Quick throw to KJ Osborne at the 20. And actually, he catches the ball at the 23, powered forward past the 20. Looks like it's going to be a gain of 3, maybe 4. It's going to be 2nd down and about 6, either a long 6, short 7, depending on how you look at it. It's going to be about 5 minutes left in the game here as the Vikings are going to huddle up here. As originally they were going quick, hurry up. They're going to huddle up here. Just approaching 5 minutes left in the game, 2nd and 7 here. Inside the red zone, Vikings down by a touchdown. Chiefs 27, Vikings 20. Cousins under center, takes the shotgun snap, and oh, wow. So this is big opportunity blown by the Vikings here. The Chiefs brought a blitz to Cousins right, and the screen pass was set up on the left side. And it looks like I thought Chris Jones originally it looked like Chris Jones tipped the ball. Actually, I think he did, but bottom line, Madison did hit the ball. It affected the course trajectory enough that Madison wasn't able to catch the ball. He had room to run. So big break here. It's going to be 3rd and 7 here on the 19-yard line. Chiefs up by a touchdown, under 5 in the game here. Chiefs bring a blitz. Cousins is hit hard, throws the ball in the end zone here, and Cousins took a shot. Justin Reed having a game, folks. Justin Reed came in on the safety blitz and just leveled Cousins. It's going to be 4th down here. And so what the Chiefs did is they brought actually, I'm sorry, I thought it was Justin Reed. It was Trent McDuffie, but they brought both Reed and McDuffie on the blitz here. So nice job by Spags dialing up some pressure here. And Cousins took a shot. That is a shot. 4th and 7 here. 4:54 left in the game. Vikings down 27-20. 4:54 left in the game. Remember, the Vikings have no timeouts. It's 0 on the play clock. This is going to be called delay of game. So instead of being 4th and 7, it's going to be 4th and 12. No timeouts. Big play earlier when the Kansas City Chiefs forced Kevin O'Connell to use that final timeout. Great job by the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. Breece Hall. Wow, what a great day. Yeah, that's it. That's all they got. Even if they do beat you, yeah, exactly. It's not. That's why this is a huge game for them, not a big one for us. The right tackle should be getting flagged for illegal formation at least 2 consecutive plays. He's back there in Jawan Taylor territory. Yeah, we haven't heard that from Jawan Taylor. 4th and 12 at the Chiefs 24-yard line. Vikings down by 7. 4:54 left in the game. And almost down to 0, almost back-to-back. Chiefs bring pressure. Cousins hit. Ball is in the end zone. Oh, no. They're going to call that. Oh, God. Maybe my fandom's getting to me, but that did not look like pass interference. And get your helmet on. Javarius Sneed is visibly pissed. They're going to call pass interference in the end zone. I'm not sure it is. And they're talking about this, by the way, because he took his helmet off. Now, it was after the play was over, but he could be called for unsportsmanlike conduct here. And what they're discussing is that was the pass tipped. Now, if the pass was tipped, he cannot be called for pass interference. Now, the helmet off, he could be called for that, but that's after the play is over. And they're discussing this right now. But here's the NFL rule if you're not familiar. Pass interference was the call, but if the ball is tipped, it doesn't count. If the ball is tipped, it doesn't count. And here's the other question is that you can't tell if the ball is tipped. Now, they brought the pressure, and Trent McDuffie hit Cousins' arm, but it's unclear if he touched the ball. By the way, L'Jarius Sneed, get your damn helmet on when you're on the field. And they're going to call it first down for Kansas City. So the Chiefs get a break here. It's going to be first down Chiefs, 4:49 left in the game. Handoff to Pacheco right up the middle here. Squirts past the line of scrimmage, gets a gain of 5, maybe 6. And a nice job for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. And by the way, that could have easily been a penalty by L'Jarius Sneed. Yeah, it was McDuffie. I'm sorry about that. Really missing it. They are. This is big. Great job by Kansas City going. Yeah, I seriously, here's the deal. One Pride, if they didn't use all 3 timeouts, you could have kicked the field goal and tried to get the stop because you lost those. Yeah. Little slip screen to Rashee Rice. Powers forward for a first down. Nice job, Rashee Rice. So what they did, a little slip screen, get Rashee Rice into the open field, let him use that running ability that he has. Rashee Rice, second-year player out of SMU, a guy I really, really like. And the Chiefs are using him more and more as the season goes on. By the way, if you're tuning in late, Kevin O'Connell burned all 3 timeouts already. Burned one earlier in the game. Used one for a failed challenge, a really bad challenge call, and on a 4th and 1, I think Andy Reid tricked them. So 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs as they're just trying to run the clock out here. 3:20, under 3:30 left in the game. Handoff to Pacheco. He's going to squirt forward, but only for a gain of 1. So if the Chiefs don't stop the clock themselves, what they can do is that they can run one more play, then get down to the 2-minute warning. And by the way, they're showing this again. L'Jarius Sneed could have easily been called for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty by taking his helmet off. That would not have given the Vikings a first down, by the way, but it would have moved the Chiefs further back. I do too. I do too. And what you want to do, Rice is a natural runner. Patrick Mahomes under center here, 13 personnel. All 3 tight ends are to the right. Down, they're motioning Bell to the left here. Pacheco is going to get the handoff. Corkscrews his way past the 40, but only gets a gain of 3. So we're going to go down to the 2-minute warning here. So as Tony and the way they used Ross, I still want to see. Yeah, I want to see a little more Justin Ross. I know he had that terrible drop, but he had a real nice catch earlier. It really just seems like he's just really struggling by getting in momentum. And it's a lot harder than it looks. Like when you're on the sideline for 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes at the time, then you have to go back on and you have to move as fast as you possibly can in live situation when you're not used to it. It's a lot more difficult than it looks. So I didn't notice that. Good call. Yeah. I'm here for you, man. Yeah, I can only imagine. The potential is there for all these wide receivers. I agree, Keys. It's very hard to be patient. And the thing is that this is a really, really good wide receiver class coming up. And I've been doing I haven't looked at any mock drafts yet. Normally, I've already gone through several. I haven't yet, but I've been paying attention to some of the offensive linemen. Apparently, the Penn State left tackle, and it's like EM something. No pressures, no sacks, no quarterback hits. And it's funny because you're still using the word raw, but he's had 2 dominant back-to-back years. I think once the combine comes up, I think he's going to look like a franchise left tackle. He's not going to be available when the Chiefs pick. Joe Alt's another guy. But there's going to be a handful of tackles that are going to come into the draft. They're going to be really good. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. But there's also going to be several. There's a lot of wide receivers in this draft, too. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the Chiefs trade out of the first round and pick a wide receiver in the second round, just like they did with Rice. I am surprised some crazy fans have not gone have the refs this year. gone after the refs, or this has not been a well officiated game, Perry. Let's be very clear right now. Earlier in the game, I thought that Justin Watson reception was they looked at it. I thought that was easily not a catch. Now I do agree with the play call, but L'Jarius Sneed could have easily gotten a penalty there. Keys brought up the Darashaw penalty. Juwan Short's not been called, but this has not been a well officiated game. There's a lot of really good tackles in this draft. This is a lot of good. I'll tell you what, it's pretty hard to be an NFL official. I think that's easy to kind of bash those guys, but all right, back to play here. 2 minutes left in the game. 3rd and 6. Minnesota is out of timeout, so a first down ends the game for the Vikings here. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation here. Kelsey's going to motion up to the top of the formation here in the slot. McKinnon's going to take the screen pass. He's at the 40. He's going to make a juke move. He's going to be tackled about 3 yards short of the first down. So it's going to be 4th and 3 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. Oh, crazy. Yeah. Seriously, in the NFL, I'm not too worried. In college, I think there was a situation where something happened in college. Man, there's a lot of things that could happen here. Minnesota will have the ball about 70 seconds or so. Yeah. The Chiefs, Tommy Townsend's one of the best punters in the national. Chiefs special teams unit's one of the best units in the National Football League. But it looks like the Vikings are going to get the ball about 70 seconds left. This is going to be a punt. It's up. Looks like he's actually going to return it and quickly tackled Justin Watson. Great job by Justin Watson. So 1st and 10 here, 67 seconds left in the game. That looks like the Vikings are going to have to go 86 yards for the touchdown. To be honest with you, you're the first person to mention corner. I know there are a few defensive tackles, but you're the first person to mention corner. Quarterbacks loaded, receivers loaded. There's a couple really good left tackles. I didn't know about corner. All right, back to the game. 67 seconds left. Vikings, no timeouts, down by 7. They have to go 81 yards for the touchdown here. Cousins back to pass here, throws the ball. It is incomplete here. Very nice coverage by Trent McDuffie, and Hawkinson's back in the game. I don't see Justin Jefferson as they're trying to go to Howell. And by the way, this was phenomenal coverage by McDuffie. He was just right there. McDuffie's having a good game, folks. McDuffie's having a good game. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here for the Vikings as they got 81 yards. Justin Jefferson's on the sidelines here. Vikings got to go 81 yards to tie it up here. Cousins in shotgun formation. Madison to his right. They have TJ Hawkinson to the bottom of the screen. Catches the ball at the top. Catches the ball at the middle of the field. So what they did is they motioned Hawkinson to the bottom, motioned him to the top. It's going to be 3rd down and about 1 here as Cousins trying to get everybody lined up here, and their clock's just moving away here. Chiefs are going to blitz here. Cousins is going to move to throw the ball downfield, and oh wow, nice play by L'Jarius Sneed. Very, very nice play by L'Jarius Sneed. So with 37 seconds left in the game, it's a 4th and 1, and what a great play by L'Jarius Sneed. Oh, I agree. Yeah. I would say I'm kind of surprised. So here's the deal, Perry. They're trying to work towards the middle of the field because they're hoping that they can get some yardage and then spike it. It didn't work out that way. But I can't emphasize what a great play it is by Sneed. What a great play. 4th and 1, 37 seconds left in the game. So if the Vikings do not get a first down here, it's game over. Cousins back to pass, quick throw to Powell. Tackled inbounds by McDuffie. Great play by McDuffie to keep the clock going as we are going down 28, 27, 26, 25. And it looks like they're going to spike the ball here, and it's going to be 22 seconds left. So with 22 seconds left, the Vikings have to go 69 yards. So They got three in particular. The kid out of Penn State, Joe Alt, which is John Alt. John Alt, longtime left tackle, the Kansas City Chiefs. Great left tackle. Keys, where did John Alt go to college at? I can't remember. And there's another left tackle I'm drawing a blank on. First, 2nd and 10, 22 seconds left, 69 yards to go. Cousins under pressure here. He wants to go deep. He's going to go past the line of scrimmage. Now, here's the deal. He went past the line of scrimmage, but his 1 foot was left out. And now they're going to spike the ball here, and it's going to be with about 5 seconds left. So here's the rule. If any part of your body is not past the line of scrimmage, you can still throw the ball. And Cousins' left foot. Now, they are going to throw a flag. And by the way, if now here's the drill. If this is an illegal formation or a false start by the Vikings, game's over. But what looks like the flag they could say is that the Chiefs are offsides, and that's what's going to happen. So what the Chiefs did, this is by the way a psychological ploy for what happened. And that what you're doing is that it's a psychological ploy, and what you do is that you move back slower than the play, and what you're doing is that you're trying to trick the other players. Travis Kelce's coming in on defense. I've never seen this before, so it's going to be 1st and 5 seconds left. Travis Kelce's in the end zone. The Chiefs are bringing 4. True Tranquil's there. Looks like he's going to come in on a late blitz here. Cousins back to pass. He's got pressure. Hammond gets him. Game over. Chiefs win. Yes. Yes, Chiefs! Yes! 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 What a great play! Yes! Chiefs! Yes! All right, folks, we have a final. Chiefs 27, Vikings 20. Chiefs go to 4-1. After that terrible game, week 1, which even Lions fans hate, Chiefs have won 4 straight. The Vikings started rough here, and it's 1-4 for the Vikings. As oh god, I think that's annoying as hell. But it's what's worse than that's the Eagles when they spell their team out. It's just terrible. They were doing a tiny bit of bonus coverage, and I do mean a tiny bit. There's 23 seconds left in the Jets-Broncos game, and it looks like the Broncos are going to fall to 1-4 as they are down by 10 by 23 points. But Russell Wilson's in shotgun formation. He's going to try for an 11-point touchdown here. And they are wearing the ugliest uniforms ever. They're these are beyond hideous, folks. I'm going to tell you something. Even Denver Gator would not even want to look at this shit. I mean, Denver Gator is probably disgusted by the. So what they're wearing is the old school orange, which is not terrible, but they're doing the color thing where it's all orange, and it looks just god awful, right? However, they're wearing white helmets. These are beyond hideous, and by the way, this is so awesome. All they're showing is everybody high-fiving, and I'm drawing a complete blank on his name, the Jets offensive coordinator who was fired by the Broncos, and he is loving it. And I can't think of the guy's name right now. Every single person has come up and like high-fived this guy, and well deserved. Got kind of put in a bad situation, and was put in a bad situation by the Denver Broncos. Unrealistic expectations by the fans. Like every single person's hugging this dude. He's taunting the fans now. This is beyond awesome. 17 seconds left in the game here. Jets 31, Broncos 21, and these are beyond hideous. Like. It's this orange uniform with white helmet and the D. So like instead of the old school blue, which kind of looked cool. So like the old school was like orange with the blue and the white pants. And this is just beyond this. This is horrible. Oh, these are disgusting, Keys. I normally I'll be okay, but Nathaniel Hackett, yeah, baby. Thank you, Keys. This is why I love when you're here, man. You help me out. These are hideous. Yeah, these are the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know what happened, Keys. Jets are up 31-21. Russell Wilson he stopped the clock with 1 second left. He's trying for a 12-point touchdown. Nobody's told him that they don't exist. He's going to throw the ball in the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete, and the game is over. So the Jets advance 2-3, and the Broncos are going to approach Thursday Night Football against the 4-1 Chiefs at 1-4. So that's going to be a good game. Yeah, baby. Oh, absolutely, Keys, 100%. If they had 2 timeouts, you can argue this. If they had 2 timeouts, I would have kicked the field goal and tried to make a play defensively. I would have used home field advantage, and then you would have been 27-23. You could have also gone for it and then just caught some timeouts. By the way, just so you know, my bonus pick was under 52.5. And in case you're having some problems with math, 27 plus 20 is 47. So my bonus pick hit. So if you are Wilson, don't play in like superstar. They play. Here's the deal. I don't know their full schedule, but they play Kansas City on Thursday night, and hopefully Perry, you can join me Thursday night, as I'm going to be doing Chiefs Broncos live here on YouTube. And then they have another game, and then they play the Chiefs again. And so it's 2 games against Kansas City, and Kansas City's defense has really played well the last several weeks. The Chiefs defense is really playing well. You could sit here and you can say, oh, they gave up 20 points. That's not bad. I mean, I understand Justin Jefferson's banged up and they have some offensive line issues. I get all that, but still, you go on the road to a team. I think it's pretty desperate, to be honest. I think this is an important game. It definitely meant much, 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 much more to the Vikings to win this game than the Chiefs. Definitely. So, well, I don't think Hackett has any issues with Peyton, but if I'm Hackett, I want to. How do I do this here? I'm going to lock this chair up. All right, there we go. If I'm Hackett, all right. I have there's a screw. I'm missing one screw. It's so frustrating too, because I don't know how to find one or get it, and maybe I can contact the company. I don't know. I don't think he has a problem with Peyton, but I would have an issue with Broncos ownership. I would want to see and go to. I would want to go to Broncos ownership and say, hey, look, I did better than this. So, in regards to your bonus pick, to be fair, seems like the refs pick a whole quarter in the first half, so then I keep. So, this is the whole thing about sports betting, is you kind of look for trends, and it's funny because the 2 trends that were going for this game was it went from 52.5 to 53. And the line went from 5.5 to 3.5. So people really liked the Vikings. I thought the Chiefs would cover 5.5, and I loved the under. And 27-20, I mean, it wasn't massive. I mean, 1 touchdown, destroys it. But, my bonus pick hit. That was the pick that I liked. My boy, by the way, my boy George collected $1,000 today as the Bengals won. I believe that is a final. I'm pretty sure it's a final. Yeah, it's final 34-20. So Keys, sorry. Excuse me, my boy George. God, my throat is killing me. All that yelling. My boy George won $1,000 and my bonus pick hit. So yeah. Oh really? Oh, you know what, Keys? I am sorry. I completely forgot about that. I 100% forgot about that whole yeah. I completely forgot about the whole saying what a bad bad job he's done with I completely forgot all about that. I 100% forgot about it. Yeah, and Hackett wasn't happy about that. Rogers came to his rescue. A bunch of other people came to his rescue. I 1,000% forgot about that. I apologize. Okay, they're okay for YouTube. For YouTube, they're going to some stuff that I look. I'm not saying what's happening in the world's not important, but I don't. The only news I really watch is ESPN. I follow some stuff on social media. There's a few YouTube channels that I go through. So it looks like everything's at a final here. I'm going to go over the final scores here for everybody real fast here. I'm going to go over all the games in case you missed it. Jacksonville beat Buffalo in a very big game in London. Buffalo had multiple injuries, including Matt Milano, who could be out for the year. I'm going to be paying attention to that. Hopefully, I'll have a little more detail on that. But that's a big win for Jacksonville and a big loss for Buffalo, especially if they lose Matt Milano. They had a couple starters go down in this game. So some injury issues. We're going to pay attention with Buffalo. Atlanta beat Houston. Desmond Ridder threw for 329. I'm going to have to watch this game, but it looks like it was a fun game. Atlanta 20-21, Houston 19. Nobody cares about Detroit. I'm teasing. Carolina's winless. Detroit 42-24. Detroit advances to 4-1, really puts them in very dangerous territory in the NFC. Fear the Lions, man. Now, I do know this, and I don't have more detail, but I know Anthony Richardson was hurt in the game, and Gardner Minshew came in. Zach Moss went for 165 after Jonathan Taylor was signed to a big contract. Don't be surprised if Zach Moss is mentioned in some trade talks. Remember, last year he was traded for Nyheim Hines, and Colts actually gave up a draft pick and no, they got a pick back in Zach Moss. So that's a big gain for Zach Moss, and he may be a guy on the trading block. If you're a team needing a running back, Zach Moss, a guy I really loved out of Utah, originally a 4th round pick. 3 down back, he doesn't have deep speed, but he had a long touchdown run today. I don't know the extent of Anthony Richardson's injury. Hopefully I have some more information for you. Devin A-Chain, Archin, I don't know how to pronounce that name, 151. Tyreek Hill, 181. Dolphins big over the Giants. Saints blanked New England. We talked about that a little bit today. And New England's going to have to answer some things. Pittsburgh 17, Baltimore 10. This was actually a really, really good game. I missed the last couple minutes of it as I was getting ready for the show, and then I had some technical difficulties. Again, I apologize for being a few minutes late, but thank you so much for coming and joining here today. Philly 23, Rams 14. Great job by Philly as they are undefeated. Cincinnati 34, Arizona 20. Jamar Chase 192. Not a bad game. Jets 31, Denver 21. Breece Hall 177. Big game for him. And of course, Kansas City 20. Kansas City 27, Minnesota 20. Tonight's going to be Dallas and San Francisco. I was going to try and do it. I unfortunately cannot. Unfortunately, after the live stream ends, I got to work a little bit, and so I'm really sorry about that. But it is what it is. So I apologize. But after I end the live stream, I won't be doing any more games. There's an off chance I might do Green Bay and Vegas Monday night. But That's maybe. It's highly unlikely, but I really want to do another game that's not a Chiefs game. My picks video is going to come out noon on Tuesday, and then my power rankings video is going to come out Wednesday. I have a special treat for you Tuesday, as I have Keys coming on, and he says you better, whoever listening Tuesday, better just be ready because Keys said he's going to bring it. I want, Keys, you nailed it, and you're right. And this it's just driving me nuts because it's like it's just one damn screw, and it's funny because they send you a pack of extras, and they sent one just mystery screw that doesn't fit a damn thing, and they say that they put extras in, and then they have a spare set, and the only one that's spare is a giant one that I can't use, so it's frustrating. Boy George. I'm not going to call him Boy George. He goes by Riley, which I thought was a cool nickname. But George wants some money today. By the way, even if you don't do sports betting, you need to follow George. 9-3 doing sports betting. He's won a couple grand, and his pick for Tua to be comeback player of the year looks pretty good. So it sounds like I don't have more information right now, Keys, but they were talking about it, and the way Buffalo reacted is that he looks like it looks like he's going to be out for the whole year. It looks like he's going to be out it's a big loss. It's a big loss. Remember, they let Tremaine Edmonds go in a free agency. It wouldn't surprise me if Buffalo tries to make a move too. So yeah, he is. Trey White's out for the year. Yeah. Dan, if you could make a trade for Kansas City to add to this team, what would it be? Oh, God, that's a good one. That is a really good one. I wouldn't mind another offensive weapon, wide receiver, or even tight end. I mean, I really wouldn't mind a third tight end, and I know that they like Blake Bell, but I would not be I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind a wide receiver either. I wouldn't mind another receiver. And when I say receiver, somebody could help on special teams as well. Defensively, like when Bolton gets back, and a Montague gets back, I'd be hard pressed to see another defensive player. But I remember a couple of years ago when they added from the Chargers, and I'm drawing a complete blank on his name. He was in Miami last year, and I don't know who he signed with as an edge rusher, and the defense just really took off. But another thing is that the Chiefs like to rotate defensive tackles. So, I mean, a defensive tackle wouldn't be a bad thing, but I don't. Here's the thing, Perry. I have no idea what kind of size and I don't have another screw like I can bring in. But you know what? I do have the Allen wrench. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, and there's a Home Depot right there. That's actually not a bad idea. I can bring the Allen wrench and hey, what fits in here? And thank you, man. Just sort of fun of it, given the chat demographics. Same questions for the Lions. Oh God, you know what, the Lions? I mean, they've been hanking for a defensive tackle, but I got it set up perfectly except for that one, and I don't want to take it out. It's just be a pain in the ass. But I have the Allen wrench that it can go in, so I didn't. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, it's just frustrating because it's I thought about calling the company and be like, hey, look, can you mail me a couple screws? But then I started thinking about it, it'd be a couple weeks. So that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Maybe Monday. Might just bitch about it some more. Just be a dick. I noticed this because I was watching Bills and Jaguars earlier. Kavion Chasen is a guy that was putting in some spot duty. If I'm Jacksonville, I would be interested in moving him. He's a former first-round pick. He was a redshirt sophomore when he came out. I loved him coming out of LSU, and he's just been the definition of disaster. But if I'm a team that runs a defense like a hybrid 3-4-4-3, like even the Chiefs do, and this would be a guy I would be very curious for. Another thing with the Lions, and I don't know, I heard Gibbs was injured. The Lions may be interested in picking up another running back. CEH, just saying. I do have to do only. It was funny because I've been such a fan of George for a long time, and when I message we've messaged each other over the years, and he has a lot of pull with casinos, and he set up a website where he was going to track sports bettors, and he decided not to do it. I don't know why, and I didn't want to touch base on that either. He did tell me that we could talk about it on the live stream, but we didn't. But I thought he was too much of a high profile guy to want to come on my show, but he was all for it right away. And he's also we've been DMing each other. He's actually excited to come back on after the season's over, talk about his wins and losses. But I recommend, even if you don't do sports betting, follow him because he has some really good picks and some really good logic. And I get a kick out of his videos, but keep in mind, I used to have aspirations of being a professional poker player like he does. So it's kind of like living vicariously through someone, because I love the idea of playing poker, but playing poker is, to me, it's like it's so monotonous. The way I play anyway is very monotonous. I play very very tight, but it's seriously, if you go to a poker table, just honest God truth, you go to a poker table, you just play your top 15 hands and you just throw away all the garbage, and you kind of watch some of the other players, like you can make money. It just takes time, and usually what kills me is that I just get so bored, I just play some bullshit just because I don't want to sit there and fold all the fucking time. And another thing is that there's other poker players just kind of grate on me, like instead of observing, I'm sitting here thinking, God, this guy's a douchebag. So I do like what Miami did, and I have no idea that the Chase Claypool signing worked out or not, but I do like what they did by adding Claypool. I love what the 49ers did with Randy Gregory, and I'm looking at a guy like K'Von Chasen, a guy that I absolutely loved. I would love to see. Here's a guy who has ability, and it just hasn't worked. And I mean, he's been with three different coaches, three defensive coordinators, and he's going to be gone after this year. So I mean, if I'm a team, this would be a guy I think that would be a really good fit for somebody. With the Chiefs, though, I'm looking at their roster, and I don't even know if I want to add somebody. Dan has hinted that his new OnlyFans content is going to be strip betting. He's going to make in game bets all Sunday. That is going to be my OnlyFans content, and that's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a great show. On that note, I'm going to wrap things up. If anybody has any thoughts, final questions, final comments, final thoughts, anything at all, here, I'm open for suggestions, thoughts, comments, anything and everything. By the way, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, I will go live Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Keys says he's coming and he's bringing it, so you better be ready. My picks video will be released Tuesday at noon. I'll be live at 7. We will go over some of the picks depending on what Keys has to bring. Thursday night football will be Chiefs and Broncos. It's going to be a really, really good game, and I'm asking Keys to come on because I want to go into detail about Chiefs and Broncos quite a bit, but we are going to answer all questions, and as usual, anything goes on the live stream. So it's going to be a good week's worth of videos, and I hope to see everybody back on Tuesday.